Agbada and everything.
Everything.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ham. You have to tell me what your family's thing is.
Oh, absolutely. I'll tell you the colour, everything. You be on my family side.
Yeah.
You wear the full Agbada, the head, it's called feel out the cap.
Yeah.
Everything.
I want whatever the chief wears as well. That.
Yeah. We can get you a cane.
See.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit.
Hey, morning, morning, beautiful people. It is Tuesday, the 15th of November. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favourite news platform and home of popular culture, as decided by the culture. And as always, you know, you're hosted by the best in the world.
That's right.
You want to introduce yourself?
I am your favourite shade queen, Martin Royalty.
And I am Big Moss from the east side of the bridge, 6 foot plus of pure temptation, pum pum father. All of them things there.
You haven't had to say that in a while because Brent's been reminding the people of the father of your whom's. So it's lit. It's lit.
You all right?
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm good. Thank you.
All right, cool.
How are you?
I'm cool. I'm good. I thought I was going to be earlier today because I've been up from good time. I don't know why I do this.
What is it? Is it that you leave late? What is it? Talk me through your morning.
So,
is it you get out of bed late?
You know what it is? I get up early, yeah?
Yeah.
Because then I think the earlier I get up, the more time I got to relax in bed.
Okay, so you wake up early. You don't get up.
There you go.
Yeah. So you wake up early.
Yeah.
And it gives you more time to kind of settle in the day. I believe in that.
Yeah.
Trying to just understand this is life. This is what my commitments are for today.
All right, then.
Just to get used to it. Okay. And
But then the problem there is one thing leads to another.
What could it lead to in bed?
Huh?
Where do you get led to?
Just sleeping thing.
You fall back asleep. So you wake up early to give you enough time in bed
to relax.
But you fall back asleep.
And I relax. Sometimes I relax so much, yeah, that I fall back asleep and I wake up and I'm like, shit. The hell?
Okay.
Where's the time gone?
So do you know what it is
up,
then?
Brr, brr.
We need to then cut your relaxation time.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because I work good under pressure. I feel like if I woke
yeah.
up with like, I don't know, 15 minutes after I leave the house, I'll crack it.
Yeah,
boom.
yeah.
You get me? That run up, that couple hours.
But I can see you though. Like in my mind, the way you are in the morning is that you're dancing about the place, you're singing about the house.
You know what? Sometimes
I can see that for you.
Sometimes that's my energy.
That it's a whole karaoke session going on.
I think I need to implement that into every morning, and then I'll be better.
Yeah.
Something happened there.
So you got to change the battery.
Are they seeing us? Hmm? Did that happen on the thing, or was that just hitting her?
No.
Huh?
Everywhere.
That happened everywhere.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Damn. But this is the joy of the TDA, man. They get to see everything behind the. We're the realest. We're actually the realest, you know.
100%.
We are the realest there is about. So it is what it is.
What more could you want in the morning time?
Honestly, who better to start your day with?
I lie.
No bias or anything, but you know.
You know, you got that soothing voice in the morning. You just want to,
You have a soothing voice in the morning. The girls love it. I'll tell you that.
Before we get into our show, we still have a special announcement. Remember, I told you yesterday, and I'm going to remind you every morning that our friends over at Black Seed VC, they got something for the entire community to get behind. So Black Seed is launching their annual startup weekend on the 18th of November, and they'll be giving away 10,000 English pounds to an existing business or startup with the best pitch. They'll be pitching workshops all weekend to help them get ready. Our serial entrepreneur and life coach and just all-round amazing woman, Danielle Odudu.
Always.
She'll be one of the panelists, so we're really looking forward to that weekend. Obviously, get over to Instagram and hit up Black Seed VC, at Black Seed VC. The link's in their bio. There's a lot of information on there for you to go and take in and digest, and hopefully we'll see you on the weekend. Right?
£10,000 in a cost of living crisis is a
lot of money.
Great gift.
It's a good gift.
That's an amazing gift. So yeah, guys.
And I don't want to. I don't know whether they're watching, but once they give you the 10 grand, you can do what you want with it.
Okay, no. Cut the cameras.
Sorry. Erase that bit out of your mind. But I'm telling you, get involved. I'm telling you.
Daniel's watching that. You can't get the fucking stuff.
Look, ignore that bit, but get involved, man. Hello?
But it's lit. Yeah, no, that's proper lit. That's an amazing thing.
It's an opportunity there. And if you watch Dragon's Den or the Shark Tank or even Apprentice, then you should be good at this.
Yeah.
Pitching.
Exactly.
There we go.
It's sick, man.
So yeah, man, make the right moves, man. Go over to Black Seed VC and hit them up. But yeah, let's get into our headlines.
Let's
for the
do
day.
it. We're under pressure, sometimes.
What you reckon?
I actually press the right button.
Well, he's been pressing the wrong buttons quite a bit recently.
Saying.
If we're gonna be honest.
Because sometimes, the silence in the room is thick. It's just like, oh, okay, what's it gonna do? We love you, Brent. I hope you know that.
For the most part, you never get it wrong though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. If there's ever a slip, it's because something else is happening when it's not supposed to be happening.
Yeah, well, on this show, we're all here to keep each other humble, so.
Yeah, that's all right. That's fine.
Balance.
I just know what's happening in front of me, innit?
Yeah.
You all don't know what's
We
happening.
don't, and we don't care, no.
Yeah, I know,
We're just going to
this
make
is
up
it.
our own narrative. and
This
run with
is it, and this is what entertainment is all about.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That is right.
Well, let me tell you to my thought process when I was going to read this headline. I was going to say Biden and 11 meet. Yeah. And then.
No, 11.
Then-
No. You're not breezing past that. No, not breezing past that. I'm not going to allow that. I will literally twitch in my sleep if I let that go. Basically,
It's Roman numerals.
Sorry?
Ain't that Roman numerals?
Yeah.
No.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
But-
a Chinese name.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I stopped myself. I'm took you through the thought process. I was going to say it and then I said, oh no, that
don't sound right.
That don't sound right. So then,
That I is supposed to be a capital I, though.
okay, cool. So then I was like, it's G,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Then I was like, okay, cool. So I scanned it a bit.
I
saw-
wish you said Biden meets 11. I really wish you did. That would have been lit.
I scanned it a bit. I saw it said Chinese president. I said, yes,
Yeah.
it's G.
Mhm.
G.
Yeah. You
So-
got this.
So I never said it.
I'm glad you didn't, but you still said it technically, so I'm going to run with that. You will never leave that down.
Well,
dear.
our first headline is Biden and Xi meet. So, US President Joe Biden has promised there will be no new Cold War with China following a conciliatory meeting with the Chinese President Xi Jinping. Well, he also said he did not believe China would invade Taiwan. It was the first meeting between the two superpower leaders since Biden took office. The pair met in Bali a day before the G20 leaders summit on the Indonesian island. In a 3-hour meeting held at the luxury hotel shortly after Mr. Xi's arrival, the leaders discussed a wide range of topics, including Taiwan. Claimed by Beijing, the self-governed island counts the US as an ally and has always been a thorny issue in US-China relations. Tension spiked in August when the US House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan. China responded with a large-scale military exercise around the island, prompting fears of a possible conflict between US and China. A readout to Chinese state media on Monday said Mr. Xi had stressed that Taiwan remained the core of China's core interests and the first red line in US-China relations that cannot be crossed. In recent weeks, US officials have warned that China may escalate plans to invade Taiwan. Reporters on Monday asked Mr. Biden if he believed this to be true and if he thought a new Cold War was brewing. He said, "I absolutely believe there need not to be a new Cold War. I have met many times with Xi Jinping and we were candid and clear with one another across the board. I do not think there is any imminent attempt on the part of China to invade Taiwan. I made it clear we want to see cross-strait issues to be peacefully resolved and so it never has to come to that. And I'm convinced that he understood that I was saying what I was saying. I understood what he was saying." Mr. Biden said the two leaders had agreed to set up a mechanism where there would be dialogues at key levels of government to resolve issues. And he added that he made it clear to Mr. Xi that our policy on Taiwan has not changed at all. It's the same exact position that we have had. And there we go.
I wonder if presidents have trust issues. I think they should.
Oh, they don't trust each other.
Because you can't, you're telling me there's not going to be a war. Yeah, right.
Especially the big ones, like the
Yeah.
little ones.
Nah,
I think the little
you're
ones
right.
kind of have to trust the big ones because they want them to help them.
They have to.
But the big ones, once there's no trust there
Nah.
at all.
I'm sure at some point Putin also said there'll be no war. And here we are.
That's why there's always Cold War. Because they're basically ops.
Yeah, they are. Exactly.
Yeah, they're basically ops. They're just not.
So all
got
that
into it.
photo stuff they do don't count for nothing.
Well, smokes and mirrors, man.
That's right.
Can't trust these people.
Not at all.
All right, cool. Let's get into our second headline. Sorry. So, Britain's stock market is no longer Europe's most valued. Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Yikes. What's he? Not bad. Britain's stock market has lost its position as Europe's most valued, as the economic downturn weighs on UK companies. France has taken the top spot as the combined value of its company shares have been boosted by currency movements and demand for French luxury goods. It is the first time Paris has overtaken London since records began in 2003, according to data from Bloomberg. The UK is expected to fall into recession this year as inflation rises. The combined value of British shares is now at around 2.821 trillion. Wow.
That's a lot of money.
Or 2.3 trillion pounds, while France's is worth around 2.8 trillion. It's the same shit.
It's just two less. What, 2,000 to 2 million
Well,
less?
they're saying Britain's is 2.821 and France's is 2.823.
Yeah.
So
We're
we're splitting hairs here.
Yeah, basically.
It's not that much of a big deal, Brent. Shares in the UK's medium-sized companies have been doing particularly badly as consumers rein in their spending and businesses struggle with higher cost. London's FTSE 250 share index, which is made up of medium-sized companies, has slumped by about 17% in the last 12 months. One of the biggest fallers have been pub chain Mitchells and Butlers, which has lost over 37% of its share value in the past year. Meanwhile, gambling company 888 has fallen 70% and retailer Marks & Spencer is down 40%. UK firms have also been hit by a slump in the pound since Liz Truss mini budget, which has made it more expensive to import goods and raw materials. By contrast, currency movements have worked in favour of the French companies. France's stock market has also been boosted by its luxury goods makers, which have seen a bounce back in demand from China. You know, the Chinese love luxury goods.
Listen, they know what they're doing, boy.
Yeah.
I thought they're going to be the leading world economy. If they aren't already, actually.
I don't know. We need our economics. We need our economics here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They are, innit?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The top.
Yeah, man. It's
Everybody owes the money.
told you about Nigeria. Paid them so much money. They're out here setting up shop in Nigeria, mate. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hate to see it.
Oh, that's the end of our first round of headlines as well, people. Let's get into what you saying, the topic of the day.
Let's do it.
I feel like there was incidents in the news in the beginning of the year
Yeah.
where we had this kind of conversation.
Yeah, it was the book. Remember that storybook that was very very vivid.
Graphic.
Very graphic, that's it. Talking about he puts it in her, it
Her
comes out, it
ass.
sprays out. Nasty shit. It was porn. It was literal porn. Like,
For the kids though, innit?
like, what's why he sprays it about? Are you sick? Even as an adult, I don't want to know that. Yeah, that was horrible, man. I wonder if anyone made their kids. Anyone who allowed their kids to read that, please let me know.
Surely you would read it to them.
Yeah, that's so awkward.
God.
Damn.
So, our topic of the day is, should sex education be taught in school? How did he get here? What brought this on?
Now, what is the thought process? Sometimes you need to get a man on the phone so we can understand how we arrived at this.
Okay. Because I feel like we've done this.
Yeah, but we did it in relation to the book. I don't think we talked about it in a general sense.
Okay, then
It was more about the book and whether the book should kind of like be in schools kind of vibe.
Okay, then more generally speaking,
Yeah.
whose responsibility should it be really to sexually educate your
I
children?
think the parents. I think so. Basically, how I'm going to run my family, right? Obviously the school is going to teach like the biology side of things and blah, blah. But I'm going to teach my children about, not teach them as in like giving them lessons, but just do sex education in the home. And I think that way I can be a lot more honest with them about stuff. And also, 'cause I think with sex education as well, a lot of young kids, that's how you kind of know your body and know like about puberty and all that kind of stuff. And I think with that, when schools teach you that, there isn't a confidence lesson that goes into that. Do you get what I
That's
mean?
bullshit, because I went through them sex education lessons and my school didn't teach me about none. I'm not saying...
Really?
Well, I'm not saying they didn't try.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they never relayed the information to me.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't remember like absorbing it like that. Like anything that I know about life is just what you know from life, just through
Yeah, but I
growing
think
up.
that's dangerous. I don't want my kids to learn about sex from life. I want to be the one to teach them.
Like the stuff, you hear stories, you grow up around teenagers and like you see like the older ones and you know the things that's going to happen to you, like your voice is going to break, you're going to get acne and stuff like that, you're going to get a growing spur and these kind of things. Like these are things that you just know from life, if that makes sense. I'm not saying they didn't teach me that, because obviously they would have. I've gone to sex education before, but I'm saying I don't remember it being like some poignant thing and these lessons that I took from them. And I didn't give a shit about none of that.
I actually remember, that's so weird. I remember everything, the classroom, everything.
Okay. Did you go to a mixed school?
Yeah.
See, and I think when you're saying like doing it at home, I think I hear you, but you might not necessarily always get the chance to. I think if they go to a mixed school, so when they're going into school, going through adolescence, all that testosterone and pheromones,
do you know what
these
is
things, I think they need not policing like that, but I think someone needs to try to get a grip of things quickly. No, Yeah, but you might not miss it when they start secondary school. They're like 12. You might not think they need to have the chat until they're like 13 or 14.
Oh no, I'm going to
By that
start
time
from
they
when
would
they're
have been
young.
in school for 3 years. It's fucking.
No, okay, not my kids. Damn. I said it's in school fucking. Not in my household. No, but I'm going to start with like, because I think with sex education, we automatically always think about just like the sex part of it.
Okay.
I think there's a lot more to it. So I'm going to start from young in terms of like letting my children know about like body parts, understanding their body parts, understanding that like not to take it left, but this is the reality of the world we live in. But like, this is your body. No one should touch your body. No one should have access to this unless you give them access. And I think stuff like that starts from like when they're really, really young. Like I've read stuff where it's even said that you shouldn't give like private parts nicknames to your kids because that kind of downplays it for them. So say in the case of like abuse, for example, that all that nickname stuff and like, oh, that's just your mini and your wee wee and stuff like that. You should call it what it really is. Do you know what I mean? That helps them. So I'm going to start from when they're very, very young. Not teaching them how to hump and whatever, but just from when they're very, very young. And I think, with puberty was a lot for me. And honestly, it was ridiculous. So like, I want to literally be present in my children's lives for them to understand everything that comes with it. The mood swings, the not feeling very body confident, all that stuff. I think there's just so much to it beyond having sex.
I hear that. I think I went through so much as a teenager, that like I didn't really take all these things in because people always talk about these, like you're saying, like puberty, like they always think like these are like points in people's lives, and for me, they just
It's life.
Yeah, they're just things that just happen. Like, there's not like something that you can speak to, or I don't remember particularly. I don't remember what age I was when my voice broke. If I was going through bad acne, which I probably did, I could imagine. Like, all the stuff, like the growing pains, all them things, are just stuff that are like they're not even important to me. Like I don't even think I remember them like that. If that makes sense.
I think it might be I'm wondering whether it's a different experience for men and women. I'm sorry, Bren. I know you're doing a lot, but I'm interested. Do you remember all of that stuff?
As in what they taught in.
No, isn't like your personal experience? Like she said, that puberty was a lot for her. Like, do you remember your personal experience in puberty? Like the emotions you might have been feeling at the time, or the things you was going through, or just was it like a thing for you?
Alright, I'm a bit different. You let me know, like, what are the stages of puberty? Like, what am I supposed to?
So like your voice breaks.
My voice hasn't broken.
You have a okay. Your first wet dream. Oh, do you remember your first wet dream?
No.
Do you remember your first penis erection?
Sorry.
Go on.
Do you remember your first wet dream?
Me probably. I can remember the one that I remember. I don't know.
I don't know if that was the first one, but I remember one.
Know if it's the
No,
first.
that was a good one. I don't remember that was the first one, but that was a good one.
Do you remember when you got your first arousal?
No, not like first time.
Do you know when you first looked at a gun and I thought, oh, I could
probably remember being around the family and sex scenes coming on the TV and being awkward.
Oh yeah, that's looks.
And being like, oh my God, I don't know if I should be watching this, but I want to watch this.
And then you're like covering your eyes, but you're like kind of peeping through.
How old were you then?
Feeling like that, I'd be young, like 10, 9, 10, maybe. Yeah, I could picture things like that.
Yeah.
And
I think
that's in year 5.
Yeah, 5, yeah.
6,
I'm thinking maybe it's a different experience for men and women because I think with girls, like, so your breasts start growing And it's like I think I was one of the first girls in my year to actually start growing breasts. I remember I actually kind of got some girl tried to bully me for it because her little boyfriend liked me, but it was the whole thing. But yes, I remember that. I remember when I started my period as well. But with that as well, it's like came like a lot of pain.
Okay.
And with girls as well, it's like we have like stupid mood swings. Like God created me emotional already. Imagine when like it's around that time for me. I could cry. You say the word cry, I'm crying. Do you get me? Like I literally could cry at the dumbest thing. So all of that stuff, I want to be able to explain why that's happening because it was just very confusing for me. Because like, one day I'll be very, very angry, literally just fuming at the world, and then the next day I'll be all emotional, not understand why I'm crying. And then, do you get me? So I feel like even as an adult, there's a lot I'm learning about my body as an adult, as in this age, as in this year at the age of 27. Do you get me? So I don't think that it's really, I think you learn the biology in school, but I don't think that the life part of it is really, really taught to, and I'm going off just my experiences. The life part of it wasn't taught to me. When you start a period, I don't know if other cultures do this, but in an African culture, it's like, oh, you start your period, you're a woman now, don't have sex with guys or you get pregnant. That's it. That's the sex education you get.
I don't remember my birds and the bees conversation. I know what my mum's like, so I know she would have like reiterated certain things, like if you're gonna do things, so if you're sexually active, use condoms and stuff like that. I know she would have said it. I just don't remember. No, I don't know why I'm like this. Everything's just like.
So even with that, like a lot of conversation, and again, I can only speak from an African background. I don't know if other cultures go through this, but with the African background, it's more like don't have sex. That's it. That's the beginning and the end of it. So when then people this is why I said I don't want my children to learn from outside, because people don't understand contraception. They don't understand condoms. They don't understand pregnancy. They don't understand abortions. You get what I mean? Like it's like you figure it out as you go along, and when you're already trying to figure out your body, and then you're having to figure these things out, it's just overwhelming. So I think a lot of parents don't have the real conversation with their kids that some of your kids are not going to wait to marriage. And that's just the honest truth. So if they don't wait to marriage, you need to have a conversation with them of what to do so that they don't, get what it is that they don't want. There's no conversation about STIs. I'm more scared, even now I'm having to unlearn so much, I'm more scared of getting pregnant than a STI. Sounds mad. I was even saying to someone the other day, who was I saying to? I can't remember who it was. And I was saying, even when I'm married and I get pregnant, I'm still going to feel like it's a teenage pregnancy. Because that's, then I could be 35, I don't know, whatever age I'm going to be. But it's because that's literally been drilled into African girls' heads of don't get pregnant, and this is this. And do you get what I mean? Where there's no actual conversation of what sex really is.
Yeah, I think when people think about contraception and condoms or going on the pill and all that, first and foremost, it is like for stopping procreation, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think like the sexual health thing's like an afterthought.
Yeah, definitely is. Because even with contraception, people don't know. So a lot of it is very unhealthy. Like very unhealthy. Like
well, it does things to your hormones and stuff like this. Isn't
it?
But
even like growths within you, like cancers and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I know someone personally who did not. It was really, really bad on her, and like the things that she went through because of being on contraception. But that's the thing, because people don't even understand there's different types, so they can find one that suits, that is, do you know, that works for you, kind of thing. I'm not about to go into one second out here just.
It's hard out here for a pimp, man. You got to go through it, because I was in my mind, I'm saying like, I swear I see people talking stuff like this, just saying like if there was like a male pill or a male injection, would you take it? And I see enough man saying, yeah, boy, I'll take that. And I'm in my mind, I said, no.
But the thing is, it's healthier for the men. Men have kind of, well, I don't know if this is facts, so don't fight me. But I feel like men have less to lose if they were on contraception than women do. Because some women even affects their fertility. Like,
this is what I'm worried. That's the only thing I'm worried about. I'm not worried about if it's gonna make me put on weight and all that shit. Like, I don't care about that. But I'm saying, you could think I'm gonna take something, that's gonna mess up my sperm and make my sperm stop working, and then I'm just supposed to trust that when I stop taking it, it's just gonna come back and just work again. No. I'm not playing these games. I'm not risking not these boys. You know what I'm trying to say?
Not my soldiers.
Yeah, not my soldiers. I wouldn't risk them. So I wouldn't even take it.
Yeah.
Like, my thing's got to be definitive. I'd rather just get the snip or something.
Do you think that the type of information that is given to children these days needs to be different than how it was in our day because of the amount of information that they can actually consume on social media?
Yeah. 100%.
I agree with that.
100%. You got to look at it, because everything's sexualized. And a lot of these kids are sexualized now, and a lot of these kids are from young doing things that like obviously it's changed. You've got to like the way they live life online, the things that they do with their phone. Like when like nudes and that weren't a thing when I was growing up in school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I remember one girl in my school when her news got leaked. Like back then, it's a whole thing. I mean, now the girls are shaking the air. Like you see, when you go online, it's a new on Instagram. But like, I remember back then how it was such a big thing, and like she had to stop coming to school because everyone was talking about it, and literally everyone's phones was pinging. It literally was a scene out of Mean Girls. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, see, you would have to deal with that. I couldn't imagine what that would be like. That would be wild, me being in school during when things like that are floating about. I couldn't even imagine growing up in that day and age. I grew up in a worse age when like, even though there weren't like people's like real life shit will get out and you'll be finished. Like if there's one girl that you know and she's gave head, oh my God, she might as well be.
She's a Jezebel boy.
She might as well be Mary Magdalene, bro. I'm telling you, she's
Mary Magdalene keeps making appearances on the show.
No, I'm telling you, back in the day when we was young, you find out a girl gave head.
No. It was.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's like you're a harlot.
She's cooked.
Yeah. It's
Like-
nuts. To be honest, even my day as well. I feel like it's only now it's like being acceptable. Even then, like I feel like even when I think of like sex and stuff, like I'm quite conservative. Like I'm very shy because I'm in my mindset. It's not something that you really
Should be doing.
be talking about.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So even like on my pod here, sometimes the Queen and I want to have certain conversations, and like we're shy, and it's just like it's because of how literally we've been raised that you don't. It's kind of like sex is like a taboo that you don't talk about it kind of thing. It's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, no, but I think you're supposed to be raised like because people that want to talk too freely about sex or like when it's too graphic and thing, I don't like that.
But do you know, I think you have to meet in the middle. It's about. Do you know what I mean? It's like a because I think I was too sheltered and too like don't talk about it. And then obviously you got the other extreme where people just literally you say good morning, they're like, oh, I like my pussy fucked. It's like, okay, ma'am. Wow. Good morning to you. Do you get what I mean? Like there's different extremes. So we need to find a good balance right in the middle. But it's a lot, man.
I said good morning. I like my pussy fuck.
Don't you ever go on Twitter sometimes? And it's like 7 a.m. and I'm like,
You can talk to me at 7, 8. I'll be tweeting fucker in the morning.
This is it. I was just going to point that out.
yeah,
Here's a quote. Here's a
Do you know
quote
what's
that's
crazy? The thing
generating
is,
all of
yeah,
that.
I started my sentence, then I clocked it's only me and you. Then I said, but I had to just go with it. There was no point. I just had to, yeah. But no,
People
sometimes
always
I
want to
go
be
on
like,
and
you
I'm
doing
like,
this in the morning? And I'm like, bro,
it's early, you know. It's not even midday.
That's when
Like,
some of us are the hungriest in the morning. That's when we're
clearly.
starving.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
Wait, we just went off into our own
Yeah, we really
conversation.
did.
Let's see if we touched any of these points. Let's see if we touched any of these points that you had for us. That was
So I guess it's more about responsibility then. Who should it fall on? Do you want the school teaching your kids about sex? Or would you be having a conversation with them?
I think they should do it all. I
School
think,
should do it all.
yeah, but I think parents should do it all too.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I think you should double down on everything. Like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If you've obviously you should try your hand at it. Obviously, like if you don't know fucking physics and thing like that, then you can't do anything.
Yeah.
But I think you should double down on everything. Like, top up the information that the kids are getting in school. So extra curriculum shit. So it's not just sex education. Let them do the sex education, but I'm gonna do my own sex education.
Yeah.
But the same with everything: English, maths, science, history. I think we should be installing because that curriculum, whatever that is bollocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And I know, just from the history of the world, from what I've seen, when my son's in school, he's gonna be learning the same. The curriculum's gonna be the same. As it was when my mum was in school.
Yeah. But you know what it is as
Be
well?
learning the same shit.
But you
I
know, as
can't
well,
have
like
that.
even with like relationships, because when you think about it, like sex education, relationships comes under that as well. Like you don't learn about relationships in school. I think now is different because obviously they're teaching
Kids are
about
too quick to.
LGBTQIA.
I remember the old school when they was trying to stop kids from being in relationships.
Yeah.
right? And I preferred that. I think kids want to be boyfriend girlfriend from too young and commit to each other and be doing all this foolishness, this puppy love from too young.
I saw the funniest video on Instagram yesterday. Yeah, it was the funniest thing ever. It's this little boy, yeah, and he's talking about like telling his mum how he's done with this girl called Bianca.
Yeah. She hurt him. I see that.
But you know who Bianca is?
No.
It's his mum's brother's girlfriend. It's a grown woman.
What?
I thought Bianca was like a little girl from like his
From his
primary
school?
school.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, it's a grown ass woman. I said, I'm done with her. I'm serious. I'm done with her. And for me, it was like, you know what it is? You know what it is? It's the pretty girls. I said, yeah, you're done. It's his mum's brother's sister, girlfriend.
What did she do to him?
She's got a boyfriend. And her boyfriend is your uncle. Like, but I think she's just friendly with him. But I feel like he wants more. So he's just like, she's not doing what she needs. And he's like, I'm moving on to bigger and better things. I mean, you're 6.
Yeah, don't be trying to friend me up.
What are you talking about?
And
I
you
said
got-
I'm moving on to bigger and better things.
And you got a man. It's
ridiculous.
mad because the dynamics of like kids and that, like that's why like hormones and shit be affecting people from early, because I've seen it before. I've seen kids be attracted to adults and not know what it is, if that makes sense. They don't know how to handle it, and like crushes and
I told
funny
you guys
things
I had
like
a
that.
crush
Hmm?
once.
You sorry what?
I told you guys I had a crush once as well.
Was you young though?
Yeah.
Like how young?
About 10.
Okay, yeah, it's young, yeah.
The first one's older than me.
Yeah, they would have been, I'm guessing.
They would've been.
The dynamics of that is all weird, because when it's with
Yes.
boys, it's all funny and that. When it's with girls, it's scary,
Yeah.
because I think that opens up different doors and stuff like that, because some man
Yeah,
is
take advantage of
nasty.
that.
You know,
Yeah,
do you get what I'm trying
yeah.
to say? That so some men have got the sense to see that and I don't know, just nurture it how you need to, keep it at arm's length, or just do whatever you need to do. Some men are gonna see that and
I'm like, okay, yeah, it's an opening.
take advantage of that
Yeah.
and be that, and yeah, it's all scary. Yeah, so you got to educate. You know what it is? It's a lot that goes
It's a
into
lot,
it,
you know.
and I think even certain conversations you need to have yourself, because like these teachers come from different places, different
Mm-hmm.
communities, different upbringings, and all like that. It's not even the same. Like there's certain things
Yeah.
that they're not even aware of that you gotta give all the information.
And even like when I think about people like even projecting on them as well, like one of the things I always say before I have kids, like 'cause obviously like I go to therapy and I'm working on myself and all that kind of stuff, but I don't ever want to be the parent who projects on my kids. Do you get what I mean? Like kind of rob them of their innocence because of my experiences. So even with that, like whoever could be teaching them in school, they have their personal lives. They have stuff that they have their personal views. They have things that they're going to be harsher on that probably that the wider society wouldn't be as harsh on, if that makes sense. It's a lot, man. It's a lot that goes into it. But I do think that the kids today are exposed to way too much than they need to be very, very early. And yeah.
You see, when teachers are teaching the kids stuff about sex, like, do you think it should just be about like safety and just like the biology of it all, or do you think they should go into stuff like pleasure and all that?
I think with pleasure, I think with pleasure, part of pleasure is biology. So like with like women's clits, for example, is very, very sensitive. Like your knickers could rub against it. It's like, okay, do you get what I mean? So I think part of the pleasure falls into biology a bit. I don't think they should be teaching them like techniques and this is how you ride and stuff like that. I don't think But I do think it should be more about biology and definitely about safety. 100% about safety. I believe. But I think I
think it should all be about safety.
no biology or no pleasure.
No, don't be talking to me about pleasure, because you might like something that's unsavory.
Eating ass. And I got a household of kids eating ass.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Anybody home?
Not y'all calling me bad signal. Oh, I can hear you something.
Hello.
Okay, I guess not.
Oh, it was half there.
But yeah. I think the pleasure one. Come on, man. I think let kids know that okay, the reason why this might happen is because you're sensitive down there. That's it.
How should they tackle consent?
This is okay. So
No means no, man.
no means no, and also I think okay. Get into it. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
We can. Good morning. Who is speaking to, please?
Oh, it's Tariq. You okay?
Morning, Tariq. You all right?
Morning,
That's
morning.
messed up. I knew it was Tariq from
I
his
knew,
voice.
but I have to. This is a professional place.
yeah.
We have to do this. Can't you make assumptions?
Yeah.
Call someone
Yeah,
Tariq
not
one
too
day,
bad,
but like,
man.
no, I'm Stacey. It's mad. That's good, Han. Do you want to
Yeah.
chime in on the conversation we're having?
Yeah, because the chat was triggering me, man.
Why? What did we do? What did Esther say?
No.
Could you not be me?
Like, I mean, like the live chat, like the comments.
Yeah. Was it about something that we said?
I haven't. I'm not. I can't multitask. I'm not looking today. I can't see what's going on.
Nah, it wasn't what you guys said.
Okay.
I feel like obviously with sex education, like it's a lot wider than just it being about like, oh, here's a cucumber, like learn how to put a condom on it. Do you know what I mean? And in the chat, like a lot of people were saying about like, oh, they're trying to teach our kids about like gender identity or like sexual identity, like, but. And so I think somebody said like, oh, like it's in nurseries or primary school these days. If I'm honest with you, really, do we believe that? A lot of the things that they're teaching, like I'm not like obviously I'm not sure like how many people in the chat like have kids and that. But if my kid is getting taught like is reading a book and there's like a family dynamic in the book, like where there's like two dads instead of it being like the usual mom, dad, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they're reading about that, like I don't have an issue with that because I mean, have we looked around? Like society these days is completely different to what it used to be. So that's not an issue at all. But I feel like a lot of people are like they use that here to kind of like to shut down the whole conversation about talking to kids about like sex education in terms of like safe sex, in terms of like how their hormones like make them feel in different parts of like them growing up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, and what I was saying was like sex education, like it's like the word sex education, we kind of like just make it out bad to be it's like what they get taught in school. It's not like it starts from home.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like my 11-year-old son, like no one can teach him better than what I can teach him.
Mm-hmm.
Have you started teaching him already?
Oh yeah, a long time ago. But like it's like you kind of have to drip feed him, like so. I mean, my son lived in America, so it's not like it's just over the phone or like just having a conversation with him, etc. But like at the start, like it started from like just literally talking to him about the difference between when he's interacting with girls in school and then when he's interacting with boys, or how like there's certain things that you can say to boys and they're not going to take it to heart, but some girls might take it to heart. So it starts from that to then like obviously it's starting to be like, oh, I like this girl in school. Okay, then how do you speak to her? Like, do you speak to her the right way? Do you know what I mean? So
that's really good, you know.
It's about that, like, and then like gradually, like now obviously he's 11, like he's starting to get to like the age where now, obviously, like in secondary school, like we used to do the maddest anyway. Like, so before he gets to that, like, and for him not to know about his feelings or like how certain urges, like how you can control them or like how you can kind of like direct them a certain way. That's what you need to speak to them about it. Sex education is like at home. I think like not our generation, but the generation before us, like it was such a taboo subject to speak about. Like, I don't know why we're running away from it. Like, whether we like it or not, kids will grow up. Some girls will get their periods like at the age of 9, like, and then they have no idea like how to deal with it.
And there's literally so much shame that comes with that. With having periods and stuff. I'm saying like even with periods, like what you just said, there's so much shame attached to that. Like that's something in my adulthood I've had to detach that shame from it. It's very wild, but these are conversations that need to be had.
I just don't remember. And I just don't remember sex education being a thing like that in my house. You get me? Even in my school, it started late. It wasn't implemented from when I was in year 7.
I had it in secondary school.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying that it's something that I don't remember it being there from year 7.
Yeah, mine was about year 8, year 9.
Okay. Oh, is that when they bring it in that time or something?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah. But like, yeah, I just don't remember it. I just think like everything I knew, like you just learn. If that makes sense. Like you just learn through living, through your friends, from all these experiences. Like you just go through them and just have them. I don't remember like I said anything poignant being sitting down by my mum.
Yeah.
You get me? My dad definitely never.
And I need that. My kids need to have that, man.
But do you know what though, Mark? Though, like
they're making babies.
My dad was making babies the whole time. He never said nothing to me about nothing. What are you saying, T?
Yeah, Mark. Like it doesn't need to be like that. Oh, like we just had dinner. Like come, like let me speak to you about something. Come sit down, because that's just awkward, isn't it?
So when you said come, I said no.
But do you remember? Do you remember when you had your talk from your parents?
Or if you had a talk.
Or if you even had one.
No, we didn't. I didn't have a talk at all. Like, that's probably one of the reasons why I had a baby at such a young age. But no, but you know what I mean. Like, you know the subject about periods, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know the stigma that comes from that. Imagine like we speak to like not just like the girls that are about to get their period now when they're young, yeah. Imagine if we talk like the boys as well, exactly like the reason why like women have periods, the reason why girls will start to get periods, and like the features will change in that. You know, like the girls will feel more comfortable. I wouldn't like. I've got.
But
two
they do
young
tell you that
sisters,
in school, though. When you go through sex education, you have to sit through the menstrual cycle bit.
No, but you know, I remember in school conversations about periods, guys being like, ew, So
Well, no,
Exactly.
you would, because
I said you would, you know, but this is our reality.
bro, my brethren, I was at the pub on the weekend, yeah. My brethren's losing his mind. His 11-year-old daughter started her period. He don't know what to do. Like when he told me, I was like, oh, brother, I didn't even know. I was like, I know
as much as you do.
I was because they was in a conversation, I got involved, and I was like, right, why? What's going on? He's like, oh yeah, man, Ellie just started her period. I said, boy. All right, I just turned my back and just continue, boy. I ain't got nothing to say.
But see, that's what we need. That's what we need to sort out, because that shame of feeling like you got to hide when you're in your period and you got to do this, like, nah, man.
Yeah, like this is, and do you know how much pressure that puts on like these young girls that are literally starting their period? I mean, I've got two younger sisters. Yeah, I remember like my younger sister, like just, I didn't even know she had a period, to be honest, but there was one day, yeah, like she came home, like she had a bag, and then her bag fell on the floor, and then like there was like tampons fell out, and then she was so horrified, like she was just looking at me like, and I was thinking, no, it's normal, like, and she was just like, no, I didn't want you to see that, and I was thinking, but it's normal.
Tariq, listen, only this year can I put my bag down, and if you get a glimpse of my pads or whatever, am I not comfortable? I literally will be hiding it and doing whatever. Like, it's just a whole thing. It's just ridiculous.
Pads and them thing that I always think. I've lived in a life from single household. My mum sent me shop for pads and things.
Yeah.
You ever been sent shop for pads, Brent?
No, sorry.
See?
Oh, wait, I got a story. Sorry, I'm back. What are you saying? Basically, yeah.
We grew up in the ghetto. I used to dash them on the side like it was a chewing gum.
My mum used to. Do you remember Quick Save?
Yeah.
I used to get sent to Quick Save to buy sanitary towels on a regular basis. When I was in school, like it was a thing.
Did it make you feel awkward?
Initially, yeah. Because I was like, year 8, year 9, I'm getting, and I'm not just 1 or 2. I might, you know what I mean, stock up.
Yeah, because it comes in offers and it's there.
I might go there and buy 7, 6 at a time. Some little boy with his school bag on, blazer, going and buy sanitary towels and eggs. Sometimes I'll, throw some eggs or whatever.
Confuse your eggs a little bit.
Like this was a thing. I had to think, why don't you send my sisters? Like, but because I don't know, obviously I'm the only boy, so it's like I'm the send out for the shop.
They're probably going through it as well.
Yeah.
See, all of that stuff. We need to normalize that, man.
Literally, and also as well, like, see, I'm still triggered by the chat, earlier.
Listen, do you know what it is with the chat? Yeah, I'm sorry. What it is, I think everyone has different life experiences and everyone comes from different walks of lives. So everyone would think differently. I'll be honest with you, sometimes there's certain things I see in there and it just reminds me of the type of people I want to be around. And I don't want to be around.
What was in the chat earlier?
So basically, we're talking about sex education. But I think, actually, Tariq, because I'll be honest, I haven't been looking. I just went in there, liked the video, as you guys should. And Tariq, so you can catch you.
Yeah, like obviously we was talking about sex education, but a lot of people are talking more about like gender identity and like what is being taught in school, like from primary school. But this is not it. Like this is just a narrative like that are getting pushed by people who do not want to have these conversations with their kids.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Yeah, sorry to cut you, because there's a sentiment behind it that I kind of hear. I can hear where they're coming from, what their fears and their things are. But then again, maybe it's a bit of ignorance, whatever. Like it's education, isn't it? They need educating, and it's like what Brent was saying. Like the conversations need to change from what we was having before. It's because society's
Exactly.
changing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You get me? Society's changing. There's things
Like,
that are different now. So we need
to evolve with
you
the
can't
time.
have man
honestly.
outside. You can't have people, your kids outside confused. You know what I'm trying to say?
And
Like
that's
seeing
my
people
thing.
seeing certain things and not understanding what's going on. You have to let them know the landscape.
Exactly. And that's my
Yeah,
thing.
no, I
Because
hear
the
you.
thing is, the way society is very diverse today. You can't have your kids, like Mark said, out here confused, but also your kids need to understand the world that they live in. Like I will faint if I don't teach my child and let my child know about different relationships, and then they go out into the world and then they see like two men kissing whatever, and they like insult them or they're horrible to them. Do you know what I mean? They need to understand
Exactly.
what the
That's
reality of
that's
people
on you.
live in. Not everyone has the same. Desires and whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's just letting them evolve with time. You let your children understand that, okay, yeah, back in my day, we used to, use a dictionary and encyclopedias to learn words or whatever. Today, you can just use Google. But you're not fine for them to understand the human beings they have to interact with, the people that they're going to work with.
Why did we have encyclopedias in our house? Why did we ever think we was going to need some of that information? Like, I don't understand. Did you have encyclopedias in your yard?
Yeah, encyclopedia,
Thesaurus.
On different
dictionary,
Yeah.
thesaurus.
What was we doing with all that information? What,
To look it up,
we
innit?
never used it once.
You never used it because we had
No, I use it.
the internet.
I don't remember what for, but I definitely,
I
had
used
a
it
little
for
gander.
projects and stuff.
Yeah, like English homework,
Yeah.
science, all them
don't
things.
project
Yeah, I use it
your
still.
household to everybody else.
One second. Oh, what project? For school? For homework and thing?
Yeah.
100%.
Oh, see, that makes
Do you-
sense. I didn't do
yo,
homework.
do you man, Brent, I might be getting the word wrong. Brent, do you remember child's craft books?
No.
Nah.
Where you get the hobbycraft thing?
That was a hobby, man.
But
I think it was
like,
child's craft.
Making planes and stuff
There
like
was
that.
no, it was like different facets of life, but there was bare like volumes, like volume 1 to like I don't know 20.
Oh, you used to get it from the news agents.
I'm not sure. No, it was hardback books. I think it was called Child's
Oh,
Craft.
right.
I'm not
I don't know if it's called Child's Craft. But
Yeah.
That thing. 100%,
Yeah, I think
had
Child's
that
Craft might be
too.
I
I
had
had
a
a whole
the
collection.
wrong word, but
Oh,
it was like a
throwback.
collection of books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just Google that.
It's just crazy because you're gonna like. Do you know what's mad actually? When you think about how time really evolves, yeah. I remember there was a trend on TikTok one time when younger, like as in kids are like 13, even 15. All right,
Child's
sorry.
Craft. Yeah. Look, these ones.
Excitement.
Yeah.
Can you put it on the screen, please? I want to see it.
Yeah, I knew it was Child's Craft.
I'm too far to get out.
Don't you didn't have these things in your
Yeah,
in
them
your
books,
yard, bro?
man.
But no, sorry,
These
Siri.
ones,
Sorry,
man.
but yeah, like time evolves so much that I remember there was a TikTok trend, yeah.
Different West Indian piece, bro.
There was a TikTok trend, yeah, where kids were basically discovering like iPods. Do you know
iPods.
the iPod? You know the little iPods and stuff.
No, I've heard iPads so
Oh,
many
yeah,
times.
they
I was
were-
like, what the fuck is an
Do you know
iPad?
what I mean iPod? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Big
even
fan.
that, they're like, oh, this is so old. This is acts like it was a boombox. Do you
I've
get what I
got
mean?
an iPad. I've got an iPod Nano, yeah, in my drawer, my bedside drawer. Yeah, that I've never touched. I've never touched it. And never put music on it. Nothing. It's
Really?
tiny little iPod, and I look at it and I think this must be worth like £1 million. I know.
Not a million. They keep saying it. though.
Do you remember those iPods? Yeah, the ones that were like fucking bricks, man.
The
Yes,
big one.
the big ones.
Hard ones, man.
Yeah, they have a big
the
ones.
original ones, yeah.
iPod Classic, I think
You know
they're
what?
called.
I never had an iPod, you know.
Really?
No, I never had an iPod.
No, I just had I've never had one because
I
I never used
never
it.
had any
But I
form of
bought one.
iPod at all.
Do you know I had
Wait.
a
Before we
CD?
continue,
Yeah.
Tariq, thank you very much for calling. Somebody else wants calling.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Yeah. Bless.
Have a nice day, hon.
Bless.
Cool.
Yeah, so like we can learn about the different things in the world and technology and all that kind of stuff, but you don't want your children to learn the people that they're going to work with, that they're going to go to school with, that they're going to be
Yeah.
friends with, that they literally interact with different human beings
Yeah.
all the time. They have to know these things. No one's saying, and that's the thing. I think there's a misconception that kids know about these things, and I think this is why the older generation as well failed when it comes to sex education. Is that they think when they tell you about it, you're automatically going to go and do it.
Yeah.
So they feel like if you tell them about LGBTQIA
Is that cooler?
community.
Yeah.
But she has the
Can
stream
press
on.
face.
Hello, good morning.
Sorry, I turned it down.
Sorry, let
down.
me just finish my thought. Sorry, but they feel like if you tell them about LGBTQIA, your kids are automatically going to join the community.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They just have to understand the world that they live in.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, good morning. Who are we speaking to, please?
Hello, it's Davina. I was
Davina.
just basically gonna. Hi, Davina. I'm from Birmingham. Anyway, I was just basically gonna touch on what you've just said, Esther, because there's people in the comments which I'm just gonna ignore now, saying basically, "Oh, I'm not gonna teach my child about that." But at the end of the day, it's all around us. So what's the point of avoiding it? You don't have to say, "Hey, be gay, change your gender." That's just silly. but let them know that it's in the world, it's out there. What's the point of not telling them? They're going to go outside and say, oh, mummy or daddy, what's this? How come they look like that? Isn't it better that you just let them know that it's out there? Just letting them know doesn't mean they're going to join the community, as you've just said.
Exactly.
It's just a bit childish. And I just think it could actually be more damaging not telling them, because just because you don't want your child to be gay or to change gender doesn't mean that that's not going to happen.
Okay.
Sometimes it's just within people. So if you don't say anything, they're going to grow up confused. It could damage them in the long run, or they might know somebody and then it causes a lot of conflict in that way. It can harm people. So if you just let them know that it's out there, then whatever happens. You educate them in the way that you want to after that, but it's there. It's just like there's racism out there, so you're going to pretend that it doesn't happen. Like, it's silly. Just say there's different genders, there's different sexualities. When you're older, we can go into it further. That's it. Just keep it basic and simple.
And that's because I've heard a lot of stories from people who are lesbians, who are gays, who are trans, and because of that, them being brought up with not having this conversation or whatever, and the condemning in the house of not talking about these things, they have then struggled to even be able to be like, to say that this is how I identify, and that in itself creates a lot of problem. I just think we need to understand that just because you're educating your kids on what the reality of the life they're living in, of the world they're living in is, doesn't mean that is the path they're going to go down. Do you get what I mean? You tell your kids about doctors.
Exactly.
All your kids doctors, you tell them about, the different types of jobs they are. Are they all the different jobs that they are? Obviously, this is deeper anyway. But I don't know, man. I think
people just need to understand what's going on. Like what we were saying, society's changing that, innit, yeah? So you want to give people a lay of the land of what's going on, so not outside and they're lost, yeah? It's about making them more open-minded and more understanding from everything that's happened in the past. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, people being subjected to all kinds of
abuse and
discrimination before their sexual
and then
preference.
I think the world won't be as scary. Yeah, sorry.
Exactly, yeah. So we don't...
I was going to say the world won't be as scary because you're a bit more aware of what's out there. But if you're very sheltered and you only tell them certain little things, when they come across things, it's going to be hard for them, confusing.
You see the problem is, people think
mean?
that when you put this stuff out there, yeah. So if we wasn't taught this stuff, yeah. So we had to learn it and go and see it. I think what they think is, it's like when you put the options in their faces, it gives them more things to explore. So you're making them explore and ask questions that we never asked. So then there's more. What people are scared of is that there's more chance of their child wanting to be gay or wanting to be trans or whatever. Yeah. But that's not actually true, because all you're doing is giving them information and making them aware. You can't change how they're wired. You know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
Like, so you can't giving them information and letting them know that, oh, in some walks of life, two men live together and sleep together and whatnot. That can't change how they're hardwired and make them all of a sudden attracted to men.
Do you know this as well?
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know this as well? A lot of adults really, really project. So when we want to have conversations with kids, we have the conversation from our level of understanding, not understand that this is a child who knows nothing. Like, they're basically like a blank canvas, and you've then got to draw and paint on it. So when you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to tell them about, I'm not going to have sex education, I'm not going to have sex talks with my kids, in your mind, you're thinking, I'm not about to tell my kid how to suck dick. But when you talk to your child, that's not what you're telling them. Do you get what I mean? So a lot of adults project onto that. Even when I think about like how sex education is in the African community, I remember one of the like nannies I had growing up, when she was told about like when she had like her period or whatever with us, blah, blah, blah. And my grandma was like to her, so basically, again, it was that whole thing about when you start your period, don't have sex with a guy, you're going to get pregnant. But they were like to her, don't let a guy touch you, you're going to get pregnant. So then I remember, one time a guy must have bumped into her, she thought she was pregnant.
No
Me
way.
and her are out here stressed. But again, do you understand? She didn't know she didn't understand sex. She didn't know what sex was. So when you just say to someone, from your adult perspective, you said to her, don't let a guy touch you. Touching for you as an adult is sexual touching.
Yeah.
But for this person, it literally is literal touch.
Skin
so
to
when
skin.
someone skin to skin with your clothes on. So when like someone then bumped into her, she's thinking, damn,
They got me.
I got. So me and her are proper like stressed, because I was very close to her. So we were proper like stressed and like, oh my gosh.
What age was she? How old was she?
She was like, I don't know how old she was, but she was definitely, she was like younger.
Okay.
So so it was that. Do you get what I mean? So what the point I'm trying to make anyway is that with adults, we project our understanding and our experiences in life onto children, and this and that on the same thing that they understand. It's literally just for them to understand that this is the world you live in, and you don't go around being horrible and mean. And even when I think of like even race, like not many kids are taught about the different races they are. So when they see someone who's got different features to them, they point it out. Like you got white kids. I've been around white kids like, oh, mommy, why is she so dark? Why does she look like chocolate? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, teach your kids this stuff so they don't go outside acting a fool. And now you're acting all shy. Don't act embarrassed. You did this because you should have taught your child that.
So that example that you've just given, Davina, thank you very much for calling in.
Thanks, Davina. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
That example that you just gave.
Oh dear, I knew you were going to do that.
No, but because you said that they were blank canvases.
Damn, this is
Hold up.
roll call today.
I'm trying to get this done in the next 10.
Yeah, we can do it.
100%. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Oh, no problem. If they ain't talking, lock it off. Let's move.
All right. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
If you're using Bluetooth, maybe you could change it to Bluetooth. I don't know, but we can't hear you.
But you're saying about the blank canvas example.
Yeah. And then you saying that when it is that you were young, you thought getting pregnant was just bumping into somebody, yeah?
Yeah.
This speaks to how malleable these children are. No?
Yeah, it does. It does. Because
if they're taking anything that you give to them, hold up.
Then you have to make sure what you're installing is proper.
Yeah, but if you're just telling them that these are the different relationships,
Morning.
they're not going to try
Hello,
and
good
enter
morning.
each one. Good morning. Who are we speaking to, please?
It's Sharif.
Morning,
All right, good
Sharif.
morning.
Oh, Sharif.
How you lot doing? You're right. You lot triggering me the hell this morning. I swear to God.
Keep it respectful and let's hear your opinion.
I will. I'm gonna be as respectful as I can be.
My G.
But what my point is that you had the last caller on, the last two callers saying that it's all fine what they're teaching kids in school. My point is you're teaching them too young. My daughter was in nursery and they have these weird posters up. You understand? And I don't understand why you're teaching them so young. And a couple of years ago, they had the Channel 4 program with the children that's in primary school changing sex. If that's not nurture, what is it? I don't understand.
But you know what it is?
Everyone's here telling me it's all right.
Do you know what it is, Sharif, though? The thing is, you are... What is it? Okay, so basically, in the world, a lot of us are very desensitized and we don't see how much there is about heterosexual relationships. Because, you know, if you're heterosexual anyway, you don't see how much it's thrown in your face. I remember being a kid, a lot of the cartoons and TV shows and all these things that kids watch, they literally show heterosexual relationships all the time. So your kids are still learning about intimacy in different ways. They're seeing the prince and the princess kissing. They're seeing these little characters fancy each other and all these things. Do you get me? So all of that stuff is still there.
My point is that it's just too early. My daughter was in nursery. She can't read or write, but yet you're teaching her about the alphabet boys. I don't understand that.
Okay.
No, but what the point that Esther was just making is that she would have seen a prince and a princess kissing.
Yeah.
Was it too young for her to see a heterosexual relationship?
What do you mean? No, because in my view, that's right.
So it's
I was brought up that man and women lay together. Like that is factual.
Yeah, but
that's what recreates children.
Which is fine, So we're not telling you to install nothing on her, because obviously you can believe what's wrong and what's right, But whether you think it's wrong or if it's right, this stuff is happening in society. Would you want her to go out there and be lost and be confused and not understand the world that we're living in?
I'm having arguments with my 5-year-old daughter now when I'm telling her that this shit's wrong, and she's telling me no, it's not.
But the thing is,
that's wild to me.
Yeah, but do you want your child to... What it is them understanding the world they live in. In the world that we live in, it's not just about heterosexual relationships anymore. So would you want your child to go out into the world...
Inclusive.
No, but wait, Sharif.
Go on, sorry.
Would you want your child going out into the world, seeing a non-heterosexual relationship, and then bullying or insulting?
Yeah, would you want it to be accepting? Would you want it to be accepting of these relationships?
No. Right, my point is, cool. If they're not teaching them that in school, we can teach them that at home. Certain things happen outside that mummy and daddy don't necessarily agree with, but this is what's going on. My point is that they're teaching her this in nursery school.
But the thing is that
she's year 1 now. She's known about this stuff for 3 years already. She's 5. That's too early for me.
Yeah, but you see how you said that you're saying to her, I get the early thing. That makes sense. But then when your daughter then was seeing these posters in school, did you have a conversation with her then about the relationships that are out in the world?
Yeah.
Okay, but was that...
We had the conversation, and like I just said, I'm arguing now with my 5-year-old because I'm telling her certain things ain't right. You understand? I was brought up in a Muslim household. We don't agree with these stuff. But she's telling me, no, but it's okay, Daddy.
Yeah, but there's a
And
way.
This
yeah,
is
but
the problem for
and
me.
it has to be okay because society, what it's living in, you don't want it to go out there and be a bigot or any of these things. So it has to be okay. And there's a way to use that. There's a way for you to explain these things to her, innit? Yeah, because so you don't believe in them, innit? Yeah, so you can tell her that. It's not natural in your opinion. You don't believe this stuff is natural.
That's how
yeah?
I try to explain it to her. I don't explain it with as much
whether,
room as I'm talking to you lot.
Whether it's natural or not, you have to accept that it is normal. When we was younger, it might not have been normal to see all these things because it was an anomaly. It wouldn't.
Yeah.
But now, yeah, it might not be natural, but it is normal to see all these things, to see same-sex relationships, to see all these things on the TV. It is normal. It is a part of society now. It's normal.
I fully get you, Marks. I agree with you. It is normal. Yeah, it is normal nowadays. Like you see it every day in every walk of life, innit? And I have to bite my tongue more time and just turn the other way. You understand? But it's just that they teach them so early, and that's what gets my back up.
Question though. So obviously we've spoken about. Have you been tuning in the whole time? Yeah. Throughout this conversation?
Yeah, I've been in from morning, yeah.
Okay, lovely, thank you. So you see, we were talking about sex education and how like sex education is deeper than just the act of sex itself. Is letting your kids understand that this is your penis, this is your vagina. No one should have access to this, that kind of conversation. What age do you feel like that kind of conversation should start?
See, no, we have them conversations from early. My daughter shuns me now when she's in the bath. Daddy, get out! It's my privacy. So she knows herself. She understands.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So on that aspect, I feel you need to teach them as early as possible because there's weirdos out here and they need to know their bodies and X, Y, Z. You understand?
So then
it's just a clash of your beliefs, bro. Because honestly, you want your daughter to be educated. You get what I'm trying to say, like. But you have no problem with a heterosexual relationship, so you don't mind her seeing it from any age, and it's just that because it goes against what you believe, you don't want it to be thick. But I just think. We're growing up in a different time, in a different generation, and we have to be accepting of what's going on. I'm not even accepting of other people. I'm talking about understanding of the society that we live in. And your child has to be educated on this stuff.
Do you know a question? Do you think there's Sharif, you can answer first. Do you think it's what age is it too early for your child to know about heterosexual relationships? If you think it is ever too early for them to know about heterosexual relationships?
That's a difficult question. You put me on the spot. Shit.
So what happens when you call in?
I don't know, to be fair. I don't know, to be fair.
Because even for me, 5 will still be young for my child to know about heterosexual relationships.
But they're teaching about
5.
every
You should not be knowing
relationship
about relationships
before 5.
But the thing
They
is,
teach them about 5 before all of that. In nursery schools, they got the poster, man and man together, that's family. Woman together, that's family. Man, woman and the kid, that's family.
But it is family because
nursery.
No, but it's family because she's going to have people in her nursery who come from a household of 2 mums or 2 dads.
Yeah, then what happens when they have conversations and like...
Do you know what I mean? For example, like say parents, what's the sports day, right?
yeah.
If they I feel like I get the family and them teaching them that young because sports day, for example, or parent day, right?
Yeah.
Bring your parents to school day. You've got you and your partner will be there with your daughter. Cool. Yeah. There's another boy, Jimmy. He's probably he might have 2 mums.
Yeah.
Your child needs to be able to look at that and recognize that is still a family.
That's already happening.
Yes, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Them knowing the different types of families they are. I don't think it's too early for them to know that.
But the thing is,
it's just techie for me. You triggered me. I'm fuming. My back's hot right now.
Yo, Sharif, 1 second. You know, with the question you just asked about what's too early to learn about heterosexual relationships, right? You know, Disney shows.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. Yes, they
Frozen,
mentioned that earlier. They're all showing that shit from early. Sorry, I swore again.
Heterosexual relationships are in those.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
In those stories.
Yeah, and I think that's
princess, king,
and it's
queen,
cool.
Whatever.
It's fine.
So it's from early they've been shown this.
But that's why I'm
saying.
saying.
They're changing it now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That for me, I still think there's too early for heterosexual relationships because I know how it is that as an adult now, I'm literally working to take myself out of the conditioning to unlearn the idea that my existence was for a man to come and find me. And do you know what I mean? These things, when I think about Cinderella, when I think about Beauty and the Beast, when I think of all these shows, the messaging behind it is so horrible. Like I know online people, I know
Disney mashed up you gal.
It did, and I was about to talk about that because you know how online people are always talking about that. Oh, a lot of girls live in fairy tale. This is how we were raised. So again, as an adult, I'm having to separate myself. This is why I say that it's too early for even heterosexual relationships because your identity, I'll be honest with you, the way I was raised, my identity has centered around a man. My identity of what I should be like as a woman, everything I want to do as a woman, everything I want to achieve in this world has been about how that will help me be a good partner to a man. Even my career, up until me wanting to be a lawyer, and even when I cook, like that's why I told you guys, my mum can't talk. My mum is not allowed to talk to me about men anymore because it'd be a thing where, say she wanted me to do something, and I'm like, for example, say there's like a teaspoon in the sink. My mum will link that to how I could be in my husband's house. That's how bad it is. Do you get me? So this is how it goes. So for me, when it comes to heterosexual relationship, and I think maybe because I'm doing a lot of work on myself when it comes to detaching myself from the fact that my entire existence revolves around men.
Right.
I think it's too early for heterosexual relationships.
All right. Do you know what, Esther? I don't normally agree with you, but on that point, maybe
I don't know.
You changed me, yeah? Maybe they shouldn't be taught about this stuff at all until a bit later stage, but I'm just saying nursery school is too early.
I think nursery to know the difference, in my opinion, I'm not telling you obviously how to raise a kid or anything, but I think nursery to know the different types of family dynamics there are, I think that's healthy. Because I remember, because I've come from a single parent household, and I remember even when I was like much younger in like primary school, kids letting me know that my dad wasn't around. Do you get what I mean? I think kids need to understand that they're a single parent house. So the people who will just have their dad, people who will just have their mum, people who will have two mums, who will have two dads, who will have a mum and a dad. Do you get what I mean? I think this is the reality of what it is, because you know what it is with kids as well. Kids can be very horrible when they say stuff. Do you get what I mean? So this is why they need to understand. This is why they need to understand.
I think that was a good point to round up on, because kids can be really, really mean, and they need to understand. And they're going to be in these situations where they come to school and one of the kids is going to be there with two dads or two mums.
Maybe I'm an 80s baby and I'm just headstrong in my views and my opinion, and that's probably my problem, innit?
It was good to get a call over someone who's got a young child and going through it.
You understand?
Yeah. But thank you, Sharif. We appreciate you.
You lot are great. I love you lot. Carry on what you lot are doing.
Have a great
day.
And
I'll be in the chat going crazy.
In a tussle. All right,
cool. We're gonna round this one up. It sounds like the chat is absolutely firing today.
All I can see is just emojis, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, I haven't even touched it. I can't even see nothing.
What age do you think is appropriate then for kids to be taught about heterosexual relationships?
I think from when they're like in. How old are you? When you're in year 5, are you in nursery, right?
You know what? Ages in school?
Yes,
I don't know.
It's not nursery, it's primary school though.
Year 5?
Yeah,
no, sorry, age 5. So when you're 5 years old, you're in nursery, right? Yeah, you are in nursery.
So you think from 5 up?
No,
from 5 is like year 1. You're in primary school. You leave nursery. My son's probably got like 2 more years of nursery, innit? He's 3. I
think heterosexual relationships, I would say maybe from year 4, So you're 8.
So
whenever, I'll be honest with you,
one second. So
they see examples of heterosexual relationships in their house with their mum and their dad.
Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah.
They see it from their born, bro. They sleep in the bed together. Like they see this stuff from their eyes open, bro.
Yeah, but that aspect you can't control.
Because
that's your parents.
Yeah, but so what I'm trying to say is there's no overexposure then, because they see it.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Yeah, but
what I was going to ask you was in regards to the Disney movies.
Yeah.
So you're saying that kids below the age of 8 shouldn't watch Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Frozen, all the shows.
I'll be honest with you, yeah.
Bestiality.
What's that?
Bestiality.
What, Beast and the Beast, innit? They were teaching us.
You know what?
They were teaching us to settle with ugly boys.
Undertones, isn't it?
Do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. I think whatever it is that my children watch, I will be there to. Cause I know there's things I'm not going to afford, but I'm going to be there to explain to them, because.
Marcus' point is great though.
You'll
be at home watching your parents kiss, maybe hug, show each other affection, interactions.
Yeah.
So that's your first initial
but you know what it is though?
Forming of relationships is seeing your parents, no?
Yeah, but you will see your parents, but when you see your parents, you don't see them and think, I desire that. When you watch a Disney film and whatever, the character you're seeing, you're thinking, I want that. I think for me, it's different.
Okay.
So when you
Some people do. Once people, especially if I don't know how young it can work, once you understand the concept of love and things like that, people will look at their parents and think, this is what I want for myself.
But you understand the concept of love. You're not age 5 thinking, I want a mummy and daddy. Like, I want to be a mummy.
Some kids that are hopeless romantics because of Disney, bro.
I don't think kids are looking at their parents thinking, oh, I want that. They're just thinking, they're being programmed to believe that that's normal. That's what happens in society, a man and a woman. I don't think they're thinking, I desire a relationship
exactly
at a certain age, but they're being programmed, their mind, they're formulating their thoughts and their opinions and whatever. And that depiction to them is what is normal, a man and a woman.
And I'll be honest with you, I think with the Disney stuff, like if my kids do watch Disney movies, like I know it's going to be difficult.
I'm trying to go, Brent.
I know it's difficult, but there's a lot of things that with my kids, I want to be very present with.
Yeah, we're moving on from the subject.
I want to be very present with to explain stuff to them. Do you get me? You're not going to watch a Disney movie and think, and be waiting on the Prince Charming to come scoop you up.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you. Sorry, caller man. We're rounding this up, but this is gonna take too long.
Send a voice note in. We'll play it tomorrow. We will though.
Yeah, we will.
We'll do
why
part
he's
two.
laughing.
It just sounded. But yeah, man, that was an interesting topic.
Very interesting.
I don't think we touched on.
We definitely didn't. Iman's gonna come on Thursday and be like, we're doing a part two. Because your heifers didn't do what I put in the dark.
Didn't touch.
But I think this was a very good conversation.
I think it was a good conversation.
Very progressive.
There we go.
Bring up TDA, man.
And I heard you were questioning his choice of topic. I heard.
Oh, you're listening, yeah?
Yeah, listening.
He wasn't just listening, he was participating in the
so you was in the community.
Okay, that's it.
Putin's a liar.
No, big up, Iman. We love you, man.
I hope you pulled to the side when it is that you left that message. I hope it is that you weren't typing whilst you were driving, sir.
Driving?
Of course he did.
No, I wasn't driving. I was on the train.
Oh, yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
You know, we don't do anything that we shouldn't be doing on here.
Don't do nothing illegal around here.
Amen.
Not at all.
Let's get into these next headlines, man. The Gremlins.
All right,
man.
so what? Let me just explain.
Here we go.
Let me just explain so you guys know, because it's a bit stupid, because we just talked about it not being my problem.
He did word on road.
All right, so when I
Did he?
basically...
Yeah, man.
Yeah. When I move over to showing something that's on the screen, the childcraft books,
Okay,
I
yeah.
have to go to a completely different scene that's in the sequence, right?
Okay.
And then I have to remember to go back to where we left off. Sometimes I go back to where we left off -1, right? So when I press next, it goes to a scene that isn't supposed to be there.
Do you know what's killing me is that Brent's explaining this, knowing damn well we don't understand what the flip he's talking
Yeah,
about.
even the other day in the comment, he said something about what's it called? CAMA, what was it?
Ecam Live.
Yeah, I'm thinking, does anyone know what that is? He
No,
said,
we don't.
guys, sorry, it's not me, it's Ecam Live.
To be honest, if I
They
say
don't know what that
stuff
is.
that you guys don't understand,
Yeah.
It makes sense.
I'll be honest with you. I think that sometimes, I'm not saying you, Brent, but she might fit. I feel like sometimes you know when you either confuse them, you kind of confuse them with jargon.
just
Just use
to convince you that I
'Cause
know
when-
what I'm
all
talking
the
about.
kind of jargon,
'Cause our
and
dumbass
big
is
words and
like-
stuff.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when you're questioning what's the information that's even being said to you, it don't even make sense challenging it.
Yeah.
Like
You're like, guys,
this is above my pay grade.
It wasn't me, it was the XLM cable.
Exactly.
Something hard drive.
And we're sitting here like, wow, Brent is so
Like-
brilliant. Brent is talking about he wants to make toast in a different language.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Accountability 101.
Love it, man.
All right, cool. Let's get into these headlines. Start traveling out of the country a bit. There's a trigger warning. 27 die at sea as UK and French coastguards deliberate on who will rescue them.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Sounds like I should be done out here.
I haven't even looked at that. I don't know what's going to be done at it today. Sorry, boys. You know what? After
Please try it. Because Wooden Road is a long segment. You can use that time to basically choose one.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, all right, cool.
I was going to be past it, but I guess not. Carry on, son.
All right, so a documentary has revealed that UK and French emergency Coast Guard services spent crucial hours passing the buck about which of them should rescue a stricken small boat trying to cross the channel last November, instead of dispatching a crew to save the 34 people on board. Most of the migrants subsequently drowned in the worst maritime disaster in the channel for 30 years. The revelations come at a time when channel crossings in small boats have reached record levels, with about 40,000 people having crossed so far this year. The documentary, The Crossing, part of ITV's award-winning exposure series, has gained access to documents that provide new evidence about the fatal journey of the 34 passengers on board the overcrowded dinghy. At least 27 people died, with 5 still missing and 2 survivors. Internal legal documents obtained by the documentary team set out in minute-by-minute detail the events of that night, based on the French Coast Guard's emergency log of the incident. While the French Coast Guard has disclosed its record of emergency calls to lawyers in the case as part of the French investigation into the tragedy, so far its UK counterpart has not. In the UK, the Marine Accident Investigation Branch is conducting an investigation. The passengers were informed wrongly by the emergency services that help was on its way. Passengers sent the GPS location of the boat to the emergency services repeatedly, but as the hours went by, they lost hope and drowned one by one. Emergency services could hear the screams of people drowning. Passengers begged them to come, saying, "We are dying, come and get us." Matthew Shank?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Okay. A maritime expert instructed by lawyers for some of the victims' families said, "The fact of the matter is that over 30 people were left in the middle of one of the busiest shipping lanes in the world, slowly perishing one by one, and almost nothing happened."
That's very sad.
Yeah, it's a sad story.
It's very sad.
Don't know who's going to get the blame for that.
Boy.
Someone's got to be held accountable, though.
Absolutely.
Well, let's get into the second one. Another trigger warning again. Edinburgh's War Memorial set on fire. So, Edinburgh's War Memorial has been set on fire less than 24 hours after Remembrance Sunday services were held. Several reefs were completely burnt in the fire and Edinburgh's Stone of Remembrance blackened with soot. Edinburgh's Lord Provost said it was disgusting and disrespectful. The army major who runs the team that makes poppies and reefs said he was horrified by the act of vandalism outside the city chambers building in the Royal Mile. Major Charlie Pellin, factory manager of the Lady Hague Poppy Factory in Redford Barracks in Edinburgh, told BBC Scotland, "This is deeply insulting to the memory of the men and women the memorial is meant to remember. I'm absolutely horrified." First Minister Nicola Sturgeon said it was utterly beyond comprehension, said it is sickening and disgraceful that someone would vandalise a war memorial. "I hope those responsible are identified and brought to justice. It is understood CCTV in the area is now being checked and witnesses are being urged to come forward."
There's a lot going on with this Remember Sunday Day.
Yeah, they be remembering.
This year people are, okay, well, that's that.
It used to be, I feel like it used to be bigger when I was in school, when I was younger. I think the BBC...
Yeah, the poppy and everything.
The BBC was bigger. Remember like the FA Cup?
Yeah.
Like used to be a huge thing. Like the BBC people used to care more about it back in the day, I think. And they always go hard on remembrance.
Yeah, I think
like,
people are learning history now.
Is that what they're doing? And then the clocking that some of y'all...
Something getting right.
Trouble in there.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well... Okay.
Yikes.
I like this big red writing. Yeah. How am I going to juggle this one?
I think you got this.
If you
want to try it?
I don't mind. I can try.
Go on. I was going to say, if you're having trouble with the Arabic words, I'll try and pronounce it for you.
Okay, I think you should just have it. I think
you should do it, Yusuf.
Cool.
Let's do this.
Afghanistan to this is my first headline actually. Cool. This is the moment.
All right. Is the camera working? Is the camera on him?
Is the camera on me?
It's my first. No pressure. All right. Afghanistan to impose. Trigger warning, guys. This is my first time. Apologize. Trigger warning. Afghanistan to impose Sharia law.
Oh.
The Taliban leader Habatullah Akhundzada has ordered Afghan judges to impose punishment for certain crimes that may include public amputations and stoning. His spokesperson said offences such as robbery, kidnapping, and sedation must be punished in line with the group's interpretation of Islamic Sharia law. Let's move on. When in power in the 90s, the Taliban were condemned for such punishments, which included public executions. They promised to rule more moderately when they retook power last year. But since then, the militant Islamic group has steadily cracked down on freedoms. Women's rights, in particular, have been severely restricted. It's tense. The Taliban's supreme leader said judges must punish criminals according to Sharia law if the crime committed is a violation of those laws. All right. The Taliban spokesperson, Zabihullah Muhajid, tweeted, my Arabic's coming back to me.
Nah, it's sick.
Tweeted...
Not you doing horns in the trigger warning subject.
Yeah, my bad.
Tweeted late on Sunday that the obligatory command came after the Taliban leader, Akhundzada, met the group of judges. The exact crimes and punishments have not been defined by the Taliban as of yet, but one religious leader in Afghanistan told the BBC that under Sharia law, penalties could include amputations, public lashings, and stoning. It's tense, it's harsh. The order is the latest evidence the Taliban are taking a tougher line on rights and freedoms. And lastly, as we reported last week, they banned women from visiting all parks in Kubar, excluding them still further from public life. It has since emerged the ban extends to women in the capital visiting public baths and gyms, although the latter attracted relatively few women.
I wonder why.
I don't get involved in people's business, but banning gal from parks is, well, I don't know what, you would have to tell me what the thinking or the logic behind this is. But because why are they allowed to the parks?
Do you know what? Yeah, actually, what is the?
Like they're wrapped up anyway.
Is it just about protecting the women?
My esteemed co-host.
Not your esteemed.
When it comes to
you better cook us.
When it comes to things that are, outside of my, realm of knowledge, things I have, scarce knowledge of. I don't like to, give out false information. I understand this, I am a Muslim, but there's a rule in Islam is if you don't know exactly what you're saying, don't say nothing at all. So not to spread false information. So let's move on to words on roads.
Okay.
Esther, over to you, my dear.
And then my dear was very uncool. But guys, I've got some tea for you today. So do you guys remember Glee? It was on TV at one point. Yeah, so Glee is basically it's based in America, and it's about a high school students who are like in this choir group basically, but in America I guess they call it Glee clubs. And there's been a lot from Glee. I used to watch Glee, and the fans are called like Gleeks. It was a whole thing, a whole process in my
Glee was lit.
They
used to do big songs on there as well.
Pop, like some of the versions still slapped today. Big songs. So so there's gonna be a Glee documentary. And I don't know if you guys know, but there's been a lot of mess with the cast and crew from Glee. I'm gonna talk you guys through it.
Sorry. Max, how old were you when you were watching Glee?
Why you gotta do that? I gotta do my mans like that.
Shit. I don't know, man.
Because I remember it to be like a musical, like with all these white people dancing, singing stuff.
Yeah, but sometimes they hit R&B songs. Remember, I love music, so I can watch people singing. Musicals annoy me, but Glee was a bit different because sometimes they'll go in there. Storyline. Well, I don't care about the storyline. I was waiting for the big songs. I like the songs. Yeah, you get me. So sometimes they would put big rhythms on there. So
I just wanted to know if it coincided with your time on the streets, innit?
Oh, I was watching TV when I was on the streets.
Trap houses and stuff.
Yeah. Big brother. Because you know what it is? You got life's about balance, man. You get what I'm trying to say?
Evidently.
And you know what? I'll be honest with you, Mark. That's one of my favorite things about you. You got so much range.
When I
came in this room to talk about Glee today, you're the last person I thought would have said they would watch Glee. And I love that.
I do a lot of things that people like I said,
your life is lit.
Life's about balance. I'm just an eclectic kind of babes.
I love it.
I like all the
I absolutely love it. But I actually didn't think any of you would know, so I'm definitely taken aback by the fact that you guys. I love this. You guys are very involved with Word on Road. I love it. So basically, there's been a lot of mess in terms of Glee, as in the cast, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk you through some of the maddest ones. Well, yeah, some of the maddest ones. So the first one is trigger warning. I'm very sorry about this, but it has to be said. So Mark Salin, and he played Puck. I don't know if you guys remember him. He was the one with the Mohican.
I didn't watch Glee.
Okay, can you guys can you Google just Glee and see the cast?
I was aware of Glee, but I didn't watch it.
So you can go along with me.
I purposefully didn't watch Glee.
Why?
I couldn't.
Why not?
I don't like musicals like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's very any program that breaks into song.
Oh, I love it.
Is a bit annoying to me.
I love it. I love when you walk into a room and it's like, no, don't talk to me like that. Then it's like, shut up and drive. I love it. Inject it. I love it. I love when a sentence goes.
The funny thing is,
song.
even though I said that though, I did enjoy Disney movies though, and they broke into song.
Disney movies had lit song.
Yeah, they had good songs.
The better the song, the better the movie.
Yeah, always.
I'm just big on music. Like my favorite Disney songs, my favorite Disney movies are the ones with my favorite songs in them.
Which are
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast is.
I don't remember watching.
Certified bangers.
I've never watched that.
Slammers in there.
I've never watched.
Guess.
Yeah.
Is that the one with the floating tumblers and stuff and the
yeah.
Okay, I've never watched that. You know,
Little Mermaid's got slammers. I can't wait for this new Little Mermaid to drop. Slammers.
I can't wait. Because Halle can sing.
Yeah, that girl gonna cook.
Listen, I can't wait.
Yeah, she might.
It's gonna be a whole experience.
Because she got a good voice. So once she starts singing, she might convert the whites.
I think she will. I think they were acting out of threat, and I think when they see her deliver,
I'm going off a tangent. That was that clip, yeah, of that mum making that little girl say, "Oh, it's Whitney Houston," yeah. You see that the racism needs to be stopped, yeah, because this little girl, because Lippy said something that spun me, which is so right, because the mum's filming it on TikTok, filming the thing, gone to the daughter, and the daughter's going, "Oh, it's Whitney Houston," yeah, and my man's saying like, you tried to make this all organic and all that, yeah. You see that little girl, yeah, she's about 4, yeah. There is no way,
not a damn
a little 4-year-old girl, can look at someone who isn't Whitney Houston,
and say,
wait there. Ain't that Whitney Houston?
No, that's wild, man. That is wild.
Blank canvases.
That's wild.
So,
you guys ever watch High School Musical?
No.
See, that's too much for me.
High School Musical was lit, man.
That was too much for me.
When they got to the third one, it was dead. But the first and the second one was lit. The second one was the best one.
I probably watched the first one and then I realised this is not for me.
I love it, man. I just love a good musical, man. But actually, do you know, I'm going to pick up a new hobby. I'm going to go to the theatre before the end of the year.
I'm going to start doing that. I'm supposed to go to the fair. I'm looking for a show to go see. Because my friend goes to the fair all the time.
Yeah, I'm going to start doing that.
And I used to enjoy it when I was younger.
I went there a few times.
Yeah, they took me, my secondary school, they took me a few times.
Really? I've never been.
I've been, as an adult, I've been once to see Motown.
Okay.
Yeah, it was dope. It was alright.
I've seen
I'm gonna go.
Scrooge in the fair.
I want to see Lion King. People talk about how great that is.
That's probably the next one I'm going to go and check. I've seen...
I want to see...
Have I done Beauty and the Beast?
Thriller. I want to see Thriller, but I think I heard Thriller's gone. I heard it's gone.
What,
really?
Like they don't do it no more?
Yeah.
Yeah, because in seasons, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been...
I'm trying to pick up new hobbies.
Discontinued, unfortunately.
I used to get emails about that as well. I wish I would.
Yeah, I'm livid still.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up new hobbies. I'm gonna do that actually. Yeah, I'll let you guys know how my first journey goes. But so basically, so with the cast of Glee, right? So Mark Salin, he played Puck on there. Basically, he was arrested and pleaded guilty to possessing images of child sex abuse. Sorry, I did say trigger warning, but trigger warning again. So then while he was awaiting sentencing, he killed himself. And then so basically there's this thing that goes around about the Glee curse. So then the second person to die from the Glee, I think he died before Puck did, but it was Corey.
Is his name Puck?
Yeah, that was his name.
P-U-K.
Oh.
P-U-C-K. Yeah, that was his name on the show. But yeah, so Corey as well, Corey Monteith, he played Finn. He was like the main character, the main boy character. He was like a quarterback and then he wanted to sing and then they wouldn't let him and then he had to hide his life. It was the whole thing. But basically, yeah, he died of accidental heroin overdose. And then obviously then we know about Nia Rivera.
Yeah.
So she was on there as well. And then obviously she passed away as well when she drowned. And then also recently as well, there was a lot of news about Leah Michelle and she was the main character as well, the female lead. She played Rachel Berry and she was accused of bullying of her classmates. And yeah, so with the show, with the documentary, it's with Discovery Plus and ID. And they're basically going to address everything. They want to talk about life on set, life outside of set, and all the tea, basically. So it'll be interesting. I'm going to watch it when it does come out. It'll be interesting to see if they do go into as much detail as they should. And if they will have, I think it's going to also have like live confessionals from some of the cast as well, which would be really, really cool. Some people were saying, though, that they think that people should stop about this whole Leah Michelle bullying thing because she's the lead, there won't ever be a reunion if she's not on board kind of thing. But I think you can cast another Rachel, man. But it was interesting because even Amber Riley, we all know Amber Riley, the black babe, who can sing for days. So she's one of the ones that said Leah was kind of mean to her. And like, I think allegedly might have accused her of racism as well, actually. I can't remember. But yeah, but it was a whole thing, man. So it'd be interesting. I'm interested to see this documentary. I think it'd be really, really cool. I think it's like a 2-3-part series.
You know, who's the best character in Glee? Go on.
Ooh. I'll be honest, I think it was Santana and it was Nia Rivera for me.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It's what's her name? What's her name in the show, though?
Ooh, which one? What she look like?
Sue.
Amber Riley.
Sue.
Oh, how could I forget Sue? No, Sue's a mood. Sue is a mood. The coach.
Yeah.
She was lit. Yeah. Forget Nia. No, Sue was lit. Her shade, the way she will read you for filth. Do you know one of the best things was when Nene went on you know Nene, right? From Real Housewives of Atlanta. You've seen her meme all the time. Yeah. She because she's an actress, she acts as well. She went on Glee.
Yeah.
And obviously Nene's shady anyway, but she was acting as another coach. And the back and forths they were doing. And the thing with Sue's I'll be honest with you, Glee can't run today with the way Sue used to cuss. You can't. It was very, very deep stuff. That she cussed the guy for being...
It's always wearing tracksuits.
Yeah, Sylvester. She cussed the guy for being disabled. Like she cussed the thing for being lesbian. Like she cussed the heck out of anybody.
I didn't watch Glee, but I'm privy to her
behavior.
She's funny. Yeah, she's funny.
She's hilarious.
Bottom line, long story short, she's funny.
Nah, Sue is... I'm going to watch Sue's highlights. Sue is hilarious. Yeah, man. Big up Sue, man. But yes, I'll watch it anyway and I'll let you guys know. In sad news, actually, is the singer Roberta Flack. She's unable to sing and she can't sing anymore due to her ALS diagnosis, which is very sad. Do you know who she is? Off the top of your head? So she sings Killing Me Softly.
Oh yeah, the original, yeah.
Yeah, the original, yeah. So she's won 4 Grammy Awards. She's had 14 nominations. And there's due to be a documentary, I'll try and watch that actually, about her life, which is coming out next week. And then she's also going to publish a children's book. So sis is really living life. But she's been diagnosed with ALS, and unfortunately it's made it impossible for her to sing and not easy to speak as well. And her management said that ALS has made it impossible to sing and not easy to speak, but it will take a lot more than ALS to silence this icon. She plans to stay active in her musical and creative pursuits, which would be good. I hope she can, feel better soon and she can rise above it, basically. But yeah, sis can sing, because this morning I was listening to her music and sis can sing.
You know what's so funny? Ironically, I only really discovered her maybe like a week ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I saw, when Killing Me Softly first came out in 96, I never knew it was a cover.
Okay, yeah.
And it wasn't until I saw other renditions of it.
Yeah.
For example, I saw Michael Jackson doing it in the 70s. I thought, oh, this song isn't original then. Mm-hmm. That's when I went and done my research and found out who Roberta Flack was and that she sang the original Killing Me Softly.
Yeah. 1973. Sick. But yeah, apparently she also suffered a stroke in 2016.
Okay.
And around that time she just said, that she wants her music to be remembered as classics and not just old hits. And she said, I could sing any number of songs that I've recorded through the years easily. I could sing them, but I'm going to pick those songs that move me. But now it's hard to do, to be moved constantly by your own songs. But wishing her healing and wishing her good recovery and just good vibes, really. On music as well, Saweetie, she basically she was on a panel the other day and she was talking about, just talking about all sorts of things. And she said she's got a new song coming out. It's going to be called No Reception. And in that song, she's going to be addressing everything. So Saweetie's been in the news for a lot of things. The whole Quavo breakup thing and allegedly sleeping with Lil Baby. Was it Lil Baby? One of the Lils anyway. Yeah, Lil Baby. And just a lot of foolishness since they've broken up and whatever. So she said everything that's been in the media about her, she's going to be addressing it on this song. Now, before I even get to the controversy behind it, I watched her recently on Kevin Hart's show. You guys know I love Kevin Hart. So he's got this interview show where he sits down people. It's called Heart to Heart. And he has Saweetie on there. And I learned a lot about her. About her upbringing, about even like her mum, her parents, her background. It was a very, very good interview. Yeah. Because she's been on Carisha Please as well. But with Kevin really wants to get into who you are as a person, how you got to where you are kind of thing. And it was very, very interesting. So if anyone wants to check it out, it's definitely a good watch. But so basically with her saying that she's got this song coming out called No Reception, people are basically kind of trying to get onto her. They're saying, listen, this is not the time. You've had all this time to address things, you've chosen not to. You are not about to release a song when Quavo is mourning. Yeah. Don't do that. That will be very insensitive and wherever it is. And I think, obviously with music business, from what I know, you guys obviously know more, but I don't think I record a song today and I'm like, okay, I want to release it tomorrow. There's checks and stuff that goes into play before you can release a song, right? So in my mind, this has been in the works for time. It's a shame. It might not be. You can release a song and release it quickly. Okay. You just get all the T's and C's and done. Okay. Yeah. So it can be a quick turnover. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So because in my mind I was thinking this would have been in the works. It's just obviously a shame. Yeah. The timing is for Quavo. But I'll be honest, I just think she might release what she needs to release, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be fair.
Is this confirmed though to be her spilling the tea?
Yeah. So yeah, she actually said these words in an interview. Yeah. She actually said these words in an interview and said that there's a lot of stuff that's always been out there about her in the media, a lot of misconception, a lot of lies, a lot of everything, and she's just going to address all of it on her song, No Reception, and so.
Besides the stuff with Little Baby and Quavo, what else do you reckon is on there? Because I don't know, I'm not privy to Saweetie's private life. So I don't know what else she needs to dispel. You know what I mean?
Who was it that they said she was going out with? Apparently she was going out with someone else. I can't remember who it is.
Was it Damson Idris?
Yeah. Is it Damson?
I saw a little rumor about Damson.
But they were sitting on each other. She was sitting on him.
That was supposed to be Little Baby, but there was another one where Damson was playing the piano at his house, and apparently the lady recording him was Saweetie or whatever.
So I think all that stuff. To be fair, it's mainly the Quavo stuff.
Okay.
And how she might have been abusive, because when the whole video came out.
Oh, the elevator.
Yeah. People went on like Quavo's side. No, people were on Quavo's side.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, she's abusive, she's this and that. So I think it's just all of that mess. But I'm looking forward to it. Will you listen to it for the rotation?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Love it. But she said basically this is going to be her Icy Girl. This is going to be, the breakout song she had?
Yeah.
This is going to be that song. So she's really hyped it up.
Yeah.
And I hope she delivers. But in UK news, so AJ Odudu will be hosting Big Brother. So if you don't know her, she is... So in 2013, she did the Bit on the Side, Big Brother Bit on the Side. And also she's done Strictly Come Dancing. And she is... the host with Mo Gilligan.
On Big Breakfast.
That's it. Yeah. So she's literally dotting the I's and crossing the T's to finalize the Big Brother contracts. And she's looking forward to it. Apparently she's really looking forward to it. And obviously it's going to be when she was offered this, she jumped at the opportunity. I reported that Alison Hammond as well was in the running for it as well. But yeah, so a source said that AJ has been offered the Big Brother job and jumped at the opportunity. It's a huge boost for her career. AJ and ITV are still ironing out details in her contract, but she has told a lot of people the job is hers.
Oh, ITV got Big Brother now?
Yeah. Remember, I reported this, yeah.
I don't remember. I thought it was still on Channel 5 or something.
No, I remember we were talking about the whole Love Island thing, and it's going to be watered down. We wanted it to stay on... where was it on? It's Channel 5 that gives you the real tea, isn't it?
Well, the original...
I ain't watched it on Channel 5. The proper one was Channel 4.
No, the original one was Channel 4 back in the day.
Channel 4 was a top...
That's
when it was proper. That's when Davina was doing it.
Yeah. So she's going to be doing it, which I'm really excited for it. Big up Black excellence every single damn time. And she's a beautiful woman, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how she presents it. I know with Big Breakfast, she does an amazing job. So it should be really, really cool. But guys, that is all from me. Marks,
all right, let's get into our next segment. I think is it asking for a friend? Oh,
yeah, sure is.
Isn't it? Because there's no people's journal today. Yeah. But before we go anywhere, remember we got a special announcement, people.
Were you coming to carry him up?
No, he was coming to move the camera. He's Brent. Don't know what we're gonna do with him, man.
I don't know what you're gonna do with him. Actually, no, we'll go for it with Brent. Yeah, I don't know what we have to have a meeting.
Wait, don't reframe the importance of what I was about to do, because he was about to deliver something that I might be clipping, and he was way down here.
They can't even see you though, so why are you doing that?
Oh, it's for you guys. It's for you guys. I'm talking to you.
So the special announcement, in case you forgot, that our very special friends at Black Seed VC have something for you to get your hands on. The whole entire community, the whole TDA family. So basically, Black Seed are launching their annual startup weekend on the 8th of November, and they'll be giving away £10,000 to an existing business or startup with the best pitch. There'll be pitching workshops all weekend to help you get ready. So and don't forget our wonderful, the ever lovely Danielle Odudu will be there doing her entrepreneurship on the panel, talking, enlightening you, all that good stuff. She's super dope. So make sure you go over to Instagram at Black Seed VC on Instagram. Click the link in their bio. It's going to give you all the information you're going to need. But that's where we're going to be.
That is right.
I love how I'm going to be seeing how the superlatives change each day. You have to do the same thing.
Why?
Because you will get to Danielle, I'm like, all right, we're going to say nice about her now. And it's not going to be the same thing as the day before. So I'm just gonna enjoy the entire week of you basically praising Daniel, which is good.
I'm gonna have to find some new stuff for tomorrow.
This is it.
You got this. Comes natural to you. Don't
Yeah, it does.
don't
It
do
does.
that.
It does.
Yeah, well, it's easy because she's so amazing.
Exactly.
Straight.
Pick up Danielle every time.
So let's get into our next segment, asking for a friend. All right then. So
Why do you sound sad? Because it's gonna be some bullshit, isn't it? No, we're playing. We love it.
let's go. Hi guys, day one listener here, and I absolutely love the show. When is your first live show? You have to ask Brent. How are we going to report the news live?
No, it's gonna just be. We just get to be
morning.
ourselves, man.
Yeah,
We're not going on there to report about Afghanistan.
Won't be a
We can
news
just
show.
do just all the segments.
We could just do it just like how we normally do it. It's gonna be a day, and we would have news the day before.
Oh yeah.
It's the easiest thing to do for a live show.
I'll be honest with you anyway. This is above our pay grade. Just let me know when, the time, the date, and I will show up looking cute and sexy.
All right, cool. Here we go again. Hi guys, day one listener here, and I absolutely love the show. When is your first live show? I can just imagine how interactive it would be, seeing as you encourage call-ins, participation from the audience. I can just imagine how beautiful you will all look on stage too.
Damn right.
I'm so excited about where this show is going to grow, and to whatever shows the new Black are going to come out. Anyways, so my friend has a boyfriend who she's been with 7 years now, and she feels he's going to ask her to marry him. However, over the last few years, he started hanging around with certain conservative-leaning black people, and his political where's E-Man? And his political
It is about E-Man. I'm
and
joking.
life views have fully changed to a raging conservative. And I mean seriously. He watches GB News religiously. He reads The Spectator. He loved and rode for Boris Johnson, and he loves Candace Owens. My friend disagrees with him on so many things, and they get into so many arguments that stem from how he now sees the world. Cool. What should she do? Should she go along with saying yes if he proposes? Does a person's political views even matter when considering whether you should spend the rest of your life with them? Love you guys, and may God continue to bring you the world and all your heart's desires. You all deserve it. Amen.
Amen.
Big up you.
It's a big prayer.
Didn't we have something like this similar a couple of weeks back?
Yeah. I think this is
can't remember.
the time.
It sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, it does.
I wasn't
I
here.
think this is the time that the men are really showing their asses.
Are they English or American? Because I think American people take their politics way more serious.
Is this person English?
Yeah,
or American?
Americans
This
will be
person-
like, you're a Democrat, I'm not marrying you, I'm a
English.
Republican.
Oh, they're English, yeah?
Yeah, this person's
Yeah,
English.
remember he watches GB News.
Oh, yeah, for real. Okay, cool. But
Well, no,
I
Americans
think
do.
it was the Candace Owens
Oh.
that threw me off. Sorry.
No, but we've got E-Man. But yeah, like Americans do, because they will be like, I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat, no.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, I've seen like people that fall out. I've seen people been friends for years and not have a conversation about politics, yeah, and then they finally have the conversation and they're on different sides of and they kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
You're bad vibes now.
you're bad vibes. Whereas over here, we don't even really know what people. We just assume everybody's Labour.
You say it wasn't your side until you give them a chance and then put a mic in front of them.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people don't even really know about politics enough to even care about it for it to make a
To make a difference. Yeah. Like, I've never heard someone say, "Oh, your political views could be a red flag or could be a deal breaker." It's never been a conversation I've been privy to.
I reckon though with
Yeah, I
TDA going, it's going to be a thing. Watch the asking for friends next year.
Yeah.
Because we're teaching people politics. Watch the asking for friends next year. It's going to be close to home.
I think it depends how much your political views and your stance, dictates how you live your life, innit?
Yeah.
And if you really lean into it, then it will affect your relationship.
Yeah.
So I reckon it is something that she needs to think about.
I mean, if they're gonna, what issues could it vote in? What they're gonna vote on? Like, what issues can it really cause? Obviously, they're gonna have arguments because they don't agree on.
Maybe
things,
not
they've
even
got
issues,
different opinions.
just a mindset. It might just speak to a particular
Yeah.
mindset that the girl doesn't really like.
I think even how you kind of raise your kids as well,
Yeah.
The certain beliefs you guys are going to have that's different. Because when you think about political beliefs and stuff, like, a part of it is beliefs.
Yeah.
So even how you're going to raise your children, boy, case in point, our topic of the day today, you feel like, you know what, they should be taught this in school. Your partner's like, no, they're not going to do this. Do you know what I mean? I think...
Yeah.
That's morals, everything.
Yeah.
So, do you think you can marry someone of a different religion?
Yeah.
Well, then of course, sure, you can marry someone of different politics. Then
No, but the thing is that...
No, I'm not saying you can't. You can. It just depends on you and your threshold, innit?
Yeah.
And how entrenched is this guy? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, it's really about how you are with your mindsets. Do you get what I mean? Like, I think for me, to be fair, obviously I'm a Christian. I don't think I could marry a Muslim, but I think I could marry someone who. I'm trying shit because I really would just marry a Christian then, or someone who at least believes in Christianity. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think there's too much of a contrast with certain things. Do you get what I mean? So even if you could, it really is you said it's your threshold.
You know what? For real, maybe there is something contentious there because I think eventually for harmony and stuff, someone has to pick.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to compromise every time.
Like someone's gonna have to join. So whether that's religion, like politics, I think if we're on two opposing sides, I think we have to have a conversation where we can kind of like meet in the middle, or someone gets like converted or something because
someone's gonna have to compromise. And if you're the same person, if you're with someone who's very strong-headed, and they never want to compromise, you're gonna get tired of compromising one day.
But the thing is politics like a way of life? Is it a lifestyle, or is it just
for some people,
or is it just an interest that you have?
No, for some people, politics is
really
important.
So if politics is his lifestyle and his ethos and his
everything he does is because
dictated in politics, and it's gonna be, you know what I mean? It's something that she has to really consider. If it's just an interest, a hobby, something he likes to read about, debate about, but it's just not really his day-to-day thing. It's a bit different, isn't it?
Do you know what it is as well with politics for me though? Politics as well, for me, kind of indicates a person's mindset. So I'll be honest, if this was me in this situation and this guy's like this, I couldn't be with him. Because for me, like certain things just speak to the mindset that you have.
Yeah.
And that is going to show up in our relationship.
Yeah.
So even having conversations with you is going to be kind of draining. You know, some people as well, some people can have conversations with you where it's just that, it's a conversation, they leave it there.
Yeah.
But then some people's like, they have a conversation with you to convince you of why it is that you need to be on their side and why it is that you're just wrong. They're not trying to hear what you're trying to say. That for me is draining.
Yeah, but you can just have conversations like everybody doesn't have to agree on everything. But even like these political parties, they're not exactly what they say on the tin. Like conservatives are supposed to be a right wing party, but they're not really right wing. No one's like far right. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they're more like they're both centre leaning. Like the left and the right both have left and right things in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm trying to say? Like so. It's like you can just have argument. You can agree. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like I'm saying, the actual parties that you're representing, they're more centre leaning, or you could be on the left side of the party.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm trying to say. That I don't think it shouldn't be the be all and end all.
No, I don't think it has to.
It will make for good conversations at dinner and that.
But what's her interest like in politics? Because obviously he's watching GB News religiously every time.
He's heavily a Tory, you know.
Every time she comes home, he's watching the news, and everything he wants to talk about most of the time is, if she doesn't share that interest, then to her it's like, enough, bro. Like, it's not every day, innit? Sometimes let's talk about something else. Let's watch something else. But if he's engrossed in politics all the time, it's going to affect the dynamic, innit?
That's true.
Yeah, I personally, I think that if it's something that is if she's talking to a friend about it, that means it's a big thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that is a bit tricky. What are the questions again? Should she go along with saying? I don't think she should go along with saying yes.
So he's hanging around with people that are like conservative leaning as well. So like,
it's his life, man.
His lifestyle.
Yeah, it seems. Yeah, that's what I asked before. It seems to be more like a lifestyle for him.
That's draining. I'll be honest with you, but that's me. I don't want to project. I personally couldn't. I personally wouldn't.
Yeah, I think she needs to have a word, get some clarity for herself.
You've got Mark's thinking deep.
And I'm thinking about it because I enjoy debate and conversation. So I think I could be with someone that was on the other side.
Yeah. And
probably make it my mission to convert them.
Yeah, so you like a challenge.
Yeah.
I guess the question is how far removed is she from his interest in politics? You know what I mean? And for her to write this dilemma in might be because she's very far removed.
Very far removed.
You know what I mean? That's why it's a pressing issue.
Yeah, man. Honestly, I think your friend needs to really think about it, because the way I see politics personally, it is a reflection of your beliefs. It's a reflection of your lifestyle. It's a reflection of a lot more than just I'm a Labour, I'm Conservative. It's a lot more. It's a lot deeper for me like that. And conversations will show that. And I think your friends just really got to think about it before you say yes, man, because you're gonna be stuck with that person forever. God forbid we have another pandemic. So people need to start thinking about, when we have another pandemic, you're all gonna be stuck together. Can you be stuck together with this person telling you why it is that the Tories are doing a great job at the poor policies they're coming up with?
Yeah.
day in, day out. Oh.
So you say no, don't.
I'm saying no, man.
What are you saying, Yus?
I'm saying weigh up the pros and cons. The cons might outweigh the pros. Have a word with him. To me, it seems like she hasn't spoken to him about this yet. It's kind of speak to the friend first.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah. So speak to him. Gauge his response, and go from there. I don't feel like this should be a deal breaker. I mean, there's more to. I'm sure there's more to his life than politics. I'm sure there's a lot more in your relationship that you can hold on to than the fact that he likes politics. So speak to him, weigh up the pros and cons, and try to come to some type of resolution, some middle ground, some type of compromise.
Yeah, see if it's worth moving forward with. Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe just have a conversation with him and find out what he loves so much about the Conservative Party, and find out what he aligns with, like the whatever. I can't remember. I don't know why.
Ask why he loves Boris's dick so much.
Whatever. What's the word I'm looking for? I know what I'm trying to say. Whatever things he's passionate about, because he could be left leaning. You never know. You know what I'm trying to say that. So find the policies and stuff that he's actually passionate about, and see if they align with you or not.
Yeah.
Or if they're so egregious you can't be a part of it. Because then obviously again it does speak to a person's personality and the things that they like and what they're on or whatever. If it's something that you can work with, or it's not that bad, then.
Also,
it's cool because he might just be looking at things from an economic standpoint, like man.
Also, if he, for example, if she says to him, you know what, I just think you're just engrossing this too much, and that it's a bit too overbearing for me. If he loves her and wants to be with her, you reckon he should fall back a bit and be like, you know what, okay, cool. I'm not gonna be watching the news every single day. I'm not gonna keep going out with my Conservative mates.
No, he shouldn't fall back. You can't tell me not to care.
No, not care. Okay, cool. Example, right? Let's just say your missus says, Margs, every time I come home, all you're doing is watching football. Football.
No, she's screwed.
Okay. Think about another guy for a second.
No, I'm watching football.
Yeah, look at his straight face, he's killing me.
Not you, just a man.
Not like you have to take things outside.
Should a man say, you know what, all right, you're saying it's too much football, then me watch a bit less football to appease you?
If me watching all this football is detrimental to my life, or messing up our situation, then I'm with you.
Okay.
But if everything's fine, and we ain't missing no meals, all the work's done. I'm a responsible adult, taking care of what I need to be taken care of. I'm watching as much football as I want to watch. And if you don't like it, I don't know what you're gonna do.
That's your stance, which is fine. But for another man, would you think it's good to find some type of compromise?
I don't like unreasonable things, so it's got to be within reason. You know what I'm trying to say? So again, if it is having an actual real life effect on things, then it's something you have to take into consideration.
I ain't saying no football at all. What I'm trying to say is, imagine every weekend he's going to a game, and some date nights maybe. Every time he comes home, it's football. Like he's choosing football over her. Babes, let's go out on Saturday. Sorry, I've got a match. I've got an away game. So what I'm asking is, if he loves her, should he be willing to kind of fall back a bit and compromise?
Sometimes I think that the better thing will be finding someone that loves you for you, man. Maybe loves football as much as you or understands you or whatever. Because if you really love it like that and that's your passion, that's what you want to do. Why should you have to small up yourself for anyone for? Like,
but that's a relationship, though.
Yeah, but there's season ticket holders in relationships. Their partner obviously understand what football means to them.
But do you reckon
they make sacrifices all around?
Do you reckon them season ticket holders never choose their missus over the game?
Well, no, there'll be times when something more important than the game will come up. And it's going to have to be that. But on average, this is my story. I'm going to the game, baby. Like, you know what it is. We'll make plans around
the game.
You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on that?
On the football stuff.
So if a man was prioritizing football matches over you, and that your schedule with him was working around the football, as opposed to vice versa.
Yeah, I'll be honest. My schedule can't be working around football games.
Yeah.
However, I'm for the life that everyone should have their own interests in relationships.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So we will just make it work. So if like I'm going out with the girls, this is what Saturdays I brunch on this time at this time, or I've got actually no. Better example is Pilates. I do Pilates every Saturday morning.
Yeah.
This is when I do Pilates. We can't make plans at the times I do Pilates. It doesn't make sense. So if I know that you got matches on these days, I'm not going to make plans
on those days.
Actually, then technically I am kind of going around it. I think it's
Yeah,
just...
yeah.
You will go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, what you have to do is
respect
you have to
that.
make
Yeah,
sure to
that's
be
what you
present
do.
on the other days that you are free.
Yeah.
Make sure you're present in this relationship and we're doing
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it is. You
Yeah,
get me? I
would
shouldn't have to
actually.
stop. You got to compromise
I think
work
if
both
it's a
ways.
thing where
No,
like...
that's what I'm saying though. Compromise. I'm not saying stop completely. I'm saying make a compromise.
Everybody's situation is different. If
Yeah.
the juice is worth the squeeze, you're going to do it, innit?
Yeah.
So it depends on what you want to add. What's at risk.
How do you compromise though on something like that?
Okay,
Because-
for example,
Go to less games.
that's what I'm saying. Go to less games. Watch less games. You don't have to go to every single match.
Oh, he's going to them.
Yeah, go into them, watching them.
You
but-
can't go to every single match. You better be the coach. You better be earning for every match you're going
So,
to.
for example, let's
making
just
some money.
say prior to the relationship, every single game you was there.
Okay,
now
yeah,
you're
yeah.
in a relationship.
Yeah,
now
you
you've
can't do
got a
that.
partner. Can you go to every single game? That's the compromise.
See, I don't
No,
know
no,
if this is the kind of relationship I want to be in.
What? Where you're limited to go to different games?
No, because I want to be able to flourish. I used to go to every single game.
but
So
if
now,
you're going
now
to-
I met you. You're trying to take away. So now I'm less than. I
Okay,
want,
no,
I want to meet you and be more than.
First of all, don't
like,
play
not
victim
less
here.
than.
First of all, this is the scenario. You're going to every game means you barely have any time to spend with your girlfriend. What are you doing with that?
No, I don't think it means that.
No, I'm telling you, this is what it means.
Yeah, in this scenario, that's what it means.
In this scenario, Mark, this is what it means.
Then she's got to start coming to the games.
I'll be honest, but I think part of the compromising is you not going to some games,
Yeah.
And you
and then
coming to
certain
some.
time, and then me come to some.
Okay. Yeah.
So that way we're spending time together, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But also then you do the times that I have, whatever it is that you spend, when I have free time, whatever it is that you're usually doing,
Yeah.
you would then have to try and make free time there so you can our free times can kind of collide. But I hope my man likes football. I look forward to like making snacks for him and his friends and all that crap.
Anyway, we digress.
What's the equivalent for women and football?
Brunches.
All right, so let's just say you were having one brunch a week,
Yeah.
and he comes in and he says, "Nah, sorry, reduce that to
Reduce it.
1 every 3 weeks."
3 weeks?
Yeah, if it's once a week, I mean,
Okay, say for example, yeah. So I
that's
plan
what
to-
football is.
Yeah, so I plan to marry someone who has a job, right? And who works hard, blah, blah. So during the week, yeah, we can't really spend time together because we're both working. So Saturdays, my usual Saturday routine is to go to brunch with my girls, right? I think I would just not go to brunch every Saturday. I'm willing to compromise. I can't lie to you. Sorry. When it's cold, it's not me and my girls in my bed. It's me and my man in my bed. So I will compromise what I need to do
I
to my
asked for
relationship
the
work.
equivalent.
Yeah, it's
because-
basically meeting up your friends, like going out with
no,
friends.
but do you understand how men kind of are attached to football since they're young? It's part of their core being, right?
Okay, so where's the
Tribalism.
equivalent of something that women are attached to?
Yeah, like football.
There isn't anything that women are attached to.
They ain't
the
got
way-
that. That's why
'cause-
women are. That's why they're not team players.
No,
that's why they
that's why-
argue with
no.
someone. They don't know
No.
about. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That
No.
com-
I hear you,
camaraderie.
I hear you, I hear you.
Like
I
girls
don't-
don't
I
get
don't
it.
hear-
They don't care about nothing else more
I
than
don't hear.
themselves.
I don't
I'm trying
hear.
to say.
I don't hear nothing but some bullshit. That's what I hear.
said
Because sorry,
some
the attachment,
bullshit.
that's some bullshit. The attachment to football is unhealthy. Women are healthier than men, so there's nothing in our lives that we carry on our head where you guys carry football.
This is the way. This is why.
not the problem,
This is what
Mars.
Iman talk about
Nah.
critical thinking.
I'm
This is
not
why
gonna
you
lie.
don't. This is why we're better at problem
that
solving.
attachment to football, I wouldn't trade it for the world. No matter how
course you
toxic,
wouldn't.
how bad it is.
This
it
is
must
why
stay
you don't
forever.
know about problem solving. You've never been a 2-man midfield and come up against a solid 3. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? There's no critical thing. You don't know. I can't even explain it to you. It sounds like I'm saying
I'll be honest with
nonsense.
you, yeah, I tuned you out. when you said critical thinking, that triggered me and I tuned you out. I'm not listening to anyone who tells me my critical thinking is in the mud. Ask E-Man, I'm not listening to it.
You never had to deal with inverted fullbacks. Inverted fullbacks.
Is that football
Where do
term?
you go? Do you follow the runner?
The high press.
Bro,
You know what?
there's so
It's
much
insane.
to life. Like, football is life. This is why we're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yet you guys don't know how to push that onto other areas of your life, and you guys are just down bad in other areas of your life. Maybe you want to spend less time on football and actually put some time into areas of life that actually matters.
Damn it, man.
Oh, with
Damn
that
it,
being-
you're
damn it,
down
man.
bad.
With that being said, I think our advice was Esther was not to marry him. Yusuf
Yeah.
was have a conversation.
Yeah, find some type of compromise if you can, love.
Yeah, like I said, I think have a conversation and find out what
Yeah.
policies he's really like passionate about. And if they don't align with you, then it's gonna cause problems in the long run. Maybe don't do it. If they're not that much of a big deal, we choose love, man. We move forward, man. That was it, man. Asking for a friend, man. Hope we helped. A little tangent we went on. Yeah, let's get into these headlines. Oh, it says Army families suing Ministry of Defence told to drop case or get legal fees deducted from their wages. Well, Army families suing the Ministry of Defence over the squalor of their living quarters are being issued with bullying ultimatums to drop the claims or face having their pay docked to cover the legal cost. Documents obtained by The Guardian suggest the threat of further financial pain amid a deepening cost of living crisis is being exploited by government lawyers to keep compensation cases out of court. Hundreds of military families are understood to be looking to legal redress at a time when the service... Why am I reading like this? When the service family accommodation system has been overwhelmed with complaints. The MOD has not been turning up to defend legal claims already lodged, made on the grounds that the government has failed to provide safe and well-maintained homes. Government lawyers have instead sent aggressive letters warning that unless the claims are discontinued, that the MOD will seek full cost in the event of subsequent judgment in their favour. The strategy has been deployed where the county court have given a default judgment in favour of military families in cases where the MOD have failed to defend the claim. In correspondence seen by the newspaper, a senior government lawyer wrote, "The purpose of this letter is to make an open offer to you that if you will agree to the order granting judgment in default being set aside and that you will discontinue the claim by a process of consent order, the MOD will not seek its legal cost of this process. If, however, you do not agree to this, by the end of Wednesday, the 14th of September 2022, we shall issue the application and seek full legal costs of the MOD." Oh God, battery's dying.
We'll see what he does about that.
We'll see.
I'll get you a charger, just carry on.
10 minutes, man. I think I'm going to ride it. In a letter to the second claimant, the same government lawyer acting for the Treasury solicitor wrote, "If you will not agree and you will put us to the trouble and expense of contested application, we shall seek the MOD's legal costs, which I have little doubt can be recovered by deduction from your pay. Please respond no later than 4 p.m. on Monday, the 3rd of October." When approached, the lawyer behind the correspondence declined the comment. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Defence said, "These cases relate to rented property outside the UK. We will not commit further on it due to ongoing legal proceedings." And our third and final headline, or second, but final headline, sorry. UK withdraws troops from Mali early due to political instability. Defence Minister James Heappey has said the UK is withdrawing troops from Mali earlier than planned due to the political instability in the country. Since 2020, around 300 British soldiers have been in the country as part of a UN mission to protect the local population from Islamist extremists. Mr. Heappey said two coups in Mali in the 3 years had undermined efforts. He also attacked the current Malian government for working with the Russian mercenary group Wagner. He told MPs, "The Wagner Group is linked to mass human rights abuses and the Malian government's partnership with the Wagner Group is counterproductive to lasting stability and security in the region." The operation in Mali has been described as the most dangerous peacekeeping mission in the world, and 288 UN soldiers have lost their lives there since 2013. While in the region, British troops have conducted long-range reconnaissance patrols against Islamic militant groups in the area such as Al-Qaeda and Islamic State. The UK is the latest country to pull its troops from Mali, with France formally ending its decade-long presence last week. French troops have been in Mali at the request of the government. However, since seizing power in 2020, Mali's military rulers have fallen out with France and has instead turned to Russia to help in their fight against Islamic insurgents who are wreaking havoc across much of the country. That is the end of our headlines. Let's get into Esther's favourite part of the show.
Let's do it.
The reaction.
Okay.
All right, I'm on 10%.
Nah. Is it on low battery mode?
No.
Yeah, you're making that.
All right, let me get it then. Brett's just shaking his head. He's just shaking his head. He's got no moves for me, man. Thank you, my love.
Oh dear. I definitely thought you were going to be reading as I was doing that, but it's all right.
Sorry, man.
Men can't multitask.
Gotta set the scene.
How much football you guys watch? I would have thought you could.
It's weird because I'm good at multitasking in bigger things, if that makes sense.
What's the bigger thing? Like watching football?
Like if I got different projects on and stuff like that,
Okay.
I can multitask. But like in the heat of the moment, like actually, no, there's no multitasking. It's like one thing.
Yeah, a lot of men are like you, the one who watch football a lot. As you're working.
Okay, so we've got one headline. It looks long. It's a big read. I'm just gonna read it.
I'll be honest. I was actually looking forward to this.
Was you?
Because I was seeing a lot of memes, and I said, "Oh, I can't wait for the guys to get into this tomorrow."
I don't really want to have a conversation about it. I mean, I know Yusuf and Brent are gonna try and. Whatever. Anyway, Ronaldo's interview with Piers Morgan. That's what everybody's talking about. It's what the whole world is talking about. So it's the only thing we're gonna address today on Reaction Quickly. I'll read this right up, and then I'll let these men say whatever they want to say, and I will react to it accordingly. Cristiano Ronaldo has claimed the members of the Manchester United hierarchy doubted him when he said he could not attend pre-season because his daughter was ill in hospital. Ronaldo accused United of betraying him, claiming the club tried to force him out, and said he has no respect for manager Erik ten Hag in the first clips released by Talk TV from a 90-minute interview with Piers Morgan. The Portugal captain also lashed out at former teammate Wayne Rooney and United's interim manager from last season, Ralph Rangnick, as he criticised the lack of progress at Old Trafford since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Ronaldo has joined up with Portugal's squad for the World Cup and insisted his absolute focus is on the national team amid the furore. How do I say that word again? I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Where? Hold up.
It's a furore, but I know what the word is, but I'm saying it wrong.
Furore.
Over the interview on Piers Morgan, I censored.
Fury.
What?
Fury.
As in Fury.
Fiore.
Fiore.
No.
Fiore. Okay.
Let me put the pronunciation up.
Okay.
I don't know who you guys are.
Fiore. We're at Fiore.
What paragraph is that?
It's like 4 down.
What's the definition of this word?
It's like Fury.
No, you're saying the word.
Furore.
Okay.
Furore.
Is it by definition
Furore.
the same? Okay.
Furore.
Why am I still wearing these headphones?
So it's basically how it's spelled. Furore.
Wow, E-man using words I don't use too often. Ronaldo said on Twitter, total and absolute focus on the work of the national team. A united group towards a single objective to fulfill the dream of all Portuguese people. It is understood that United will take legal advice before deciding how to respond to Ronaldo, but will await the release of the full interview later this week before taking any decisions. Sky Sports News understands Ten Hag and the United players are extremely disappointed with the manner and timing of Ronaldo's interview. The club only found out about the interview as they were preparing to fly back from London on Sunday evening following their 2-0 win over Fulham, and they do not understand why he has said what he has said. They are hugely disappointed that he would disrespect the club, his manager and teammates in this way, and United are likely to consider all their options now regarding the player. Any?
Yeah, well,
That's it, yeah.
first and foremost, right, I always thought that him going back to Man United was a mistake. Yeah.
Okay.
Secondly, he is sullying his legacy to me. Not on the pitch, that's been cemented, but he's just feeding into the narrative that he is petulant and arrogant and, has, what's that thing? Main character syndrome. Everything's about him. Like, he's just feeding into that narrative, which is, I think is true. I think this is in bad taste. I think there's better ways to leave the club. Just tell them you want to leave. Like, terminate my contract. I want to go. I don't believe he had to do this to make his point that he wanted to leave or was unhappy. I think it's kind of childish, to be fair. Especially some of the things he's bringing up, talking about the facilities and the cook and the chef's all the same, and all that stuff didn't really need to be said. If you wanted to go, just
I can't defend nothing he's done, yeah. But can you not? You see that little bit? Can't you understand that? Because it will speak to the mindset. Doesn't that speak to that mindset?
No, I can understand it, but in my opinion, none of this had to be said.
No, none of it had to be said. It didn't have to be done at all. But what I'm trying to say is, I've travelled the world. I've won Ballon d'Ors. I've won Champions Leagues, I've won leagues, and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I've left, and there is nothing that's changed. So I'm not saying he needs to say this, but I'm just speaking to the mindset.
No,
of the man that's there,
I get it.
He in his head, he's thinking
nothing's changed.
Obviously the team's in the mud.
Yeah.
Like, because
you man got the same jacuzzi.
Because why else would it? What else would it be?
Yeah.
Nothing's changed since I left it.
Yeah.
You know where I've been. You know what's happened. You know how much things have happened in the world.
To be fair, I'm surprised that even infrastructure-wise, nothing's changed since he left. That's kind of. I thought
because they're worried about the wrong things.
A club like
there.
United, you would think they're gonna refurbishments.
No, they want to suck as much money out of that place. They want to suck as much money out of that place as they can.
Imagine leaving Man United. What year did he leave? 2008, 9.
Could have been.
Going to Real Madrid and doing what you did in Real Madrid. Coming back, the same chef, the same this, the same that. Like, he probably wanted to come back to like new, fresh things. And I mean,
well, it will just show them, it will just speak to a mindset that we're trying to advance. We're trying to do different things. So I'm not saying, because it might, like you're saying, it didn't need to be said yet. And it might not even necessarily make a difference.
Yeah.
But I could understand why it would make a man disgruntled.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to change things now. Huh? I'm pretty sure they're going to change things now.
I could see why it would make a man disgruntled, because I would be there. And if the team's not going well, things ain't going well on the pitch, the recruitment's all over the place.
Yeah.
And behind the scenes, everything's just still, like, it's literally like how it was when I left. I've been gone there 10 years. Yeah. In my mind, I'm saying this is a shit show. This is a sinking ship.
Yeah, no, I fully agree with you. I just feel like this whole thing is just it's a mess. This is not how because he's at the end of his career, innit? He's probably going to do a couple of years left, MLS or whatever, but this is out, and even the, Ronaldo and Messi comparisons, innit? Like, this is not helping.
Do you think you could listen to the full interview and come away from it thinking, like, if he gives you information that you wasn't privy to, certain conversations, he tells you his opinion about how he feels and stuff that's happened and whatnot, do you feel there's anything that he can say that you can hear, and then you turn around and say, you know what? Fair play to him.
No, everything's fair play right now. Without hearing the full interview, I hear what he's saying. I'm just saying it didn't have to be said.
It's not
on
fair play at the moment.
Piers Morgan.
This is bad timing. It's coward.
No,
it's cowardice. He's not going to see them.
No, you're forgetting what I'm saying. The thoughts that he's conveying is fine.
Okay.
The fact that he's doing an interview with Piers Morgan is the problem.
This is egregious.
That's what I'm saying. That's egregious, isn't it? He can have these thoughts. He can think this. He can speak to Ten Hag about it in private. The Glazers. What's it called? The Glazers.
Yeah.
Speak to them about it. Having a sit-down interview with Piers Morgan, the king of salacious shit, is mad, no?
Man's doing a tell-all,
a tell-all, basically.
While he's still at the club.
That's what I'm saying.
Go, it's disgusting.
Yeah, it is. It's egregious. Because if this happened at Arsenal, I thought if Aubameyang, for example, done this, sat down with Piers to talk about his discrepancies, or with Arteta, I'd be like, nigga, come on, man.
Yeah, he should. Hopefully he never kicks the ball for us again.
So, yeah, he's got... Did you see the exchange between him and Fernandes?
Yeah,
I
respect it.
Gave him the...
He tried cold shoulder him.
He tried to, but
Ronaldo wouldn't let him. Ronaldo had his hand out, said "Killy,"
and he gave him the...
And then he shook it and then turned his back on him straight away.
He shook him and gave him a little pat.
Yeah, and that was one of them, you're taking the piss, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, man, we won't talk about it. We'll talk about it later. It's one of them, you get me? Rude, but it's going to affect the team. The team looks like they're working together, they're building, they're moving, like, finally, after all these years, there's something tangible there to work towards. These are all in the same place, and you're over there doing your diva shit. Plus, you're Ronaldo. So you making a scene is different to anybody. This is the biggest scene that could be made. And you've been doing it from before you done the tell-all. When he refused to come off at Old Trafford for the Spurs game, he didn't just refuse to come off. He walked down the touchline. Like, he waited outside the tunnel, turned round so everyone could see him and stuff, and then left.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he warmed up around 6,000 times. I was right there on the touchline. Why would he warm up so much? Because he's just trying to just make a scene.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's selfish.
Yeah.
And this is culminated to this, and this is like you're saying, he's within reason to feel however he feels and think how he thinks.
But just don't say it in this way.
He's done it wrong. Because look, when people throw the numbers at you, it's like, all right, cool, look, he was our top scorer last year.
Yeah.
24 goals. It was a good return in a bad team, But besides that, he got 6 Champions League goals. He got 18 in the league.
Yeah.
Outscored Salah and Kane.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
So when talk about this decline and that he's finished and all this stuff, that's what he done just last year.
Yeah.
This year's come, he's hardly played. You get me? Granted, he's only scored 1 in Europa, but I don't think his head's there. I don't think he even wants to be there.
No, obviously, you guys not being in Champions League is the reason why he doesn't want to be there, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying
so once that was cemented, he's like, you know what, get me out of here, because apparently he wants to further his Champions League gold record, one. Hence why he was looking for a club who were in the CL for him to go to.
Yeah, but no one wouldn't take him.
I know, and that's what's sullying his legacy even more. I follow a lot of, Fabrizio, all them guys, right? And it's like, I'm seeing all the clubs that are like, remember I said before, whenever there's a link to a club, the president will come out and say, no, we're not interested in Ronaldo. It kept happening with, who was it? PSG, happened with Napoli, happened with bare others. And all this is, to me, is tainting his legacy, man. So as a Man United fan, why do you think Ten Hag hasn't put him into the team? Is it his mobility? Is it, what is it?
Yeah, I think it's he doesn't press.
Yeah.
He doesn't press.
Yeah.
And he's not as good a footballer as you would want. He doesn't bring people. Bring people into the game.
Yeah.
And Ten Hag's system looks like he wants a 9.
Yeah.
Who can press, lead the line, bring people in.
Yeah.
That's why the team looks totally different with Martial.
Yeah.
It's not that to say Martial's so much better than Ronaldo or any of these things. There's nothing to do with that. It's just different strokes, different folks kind of thing. The team look totally different when he's up there. You get what I'm trying to say? So the mold of player Cristiano ain't working for us. And the problem is why no one ain't took him, it's not going to work for most modern teams.
Yeah.
Maybe you can go Bayern. That's because it's Bundesliga.
Yeah.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, maybe you could go Bayern, but any of these other top teams like pushing for stuff and going for stuff, like, it doesn't work.
Is he failing to accept that at this stage of his career, he has to come off the bench?
Yeah.
Kind of like what, a lot of NBA players go through.
Westbrook and them, man.
Westbrook, Carmelo, like, this is the
He's
time.
proper on a Carmelo thing.
Carmelo thing, innit?
Yeah, it's a Carmelo
This
thing.
is your time now. You're off the bench, big man. You're not a starter for us no more, innit? That's what he's failing to understand.
He will sit out for a while, just like Carmelo as well. Carmelo, it took enough long for him to get a job,
And the funny thing is, Carmelo was doing what he was doing. He was on a press tour. He wasn't he was on a press tour to get back in the NBA. He wasn't doing this particularly because he wasn't on a team.
Yeah.
But he was like, come on, man, like, sign me. I'm still out here. I can still shoot, whatever. So he's basically doing that, but he's going the wrong way about it. Clubs are not going to want to pick him up now.
Yeah, I don't know who takes him.
I saw a rumor that PSG are interested, but I don't know. It might be false.
I don't know. I
heard
Piers saying that when he asked him about where he would go and what he's going to do, he said something that would shock, that users will probably be surprised and shocked.
No, it is.
Apparently, Piers is saying that there's going to be a lot of jaw-dropping moments in this interview.
You know what it is? He's still big bucks. So imagine just for the sheer spectacle of it, him at PSG with Messi, Neymar and Mbappe. Money-wise, why would PSG... If he can agree to a certain type of role, why wouldn't you do it? Money-wise, just for the sheer spectacle of it. Messi and Ronaldo on the same team.
There's too many egos over there in that place. With Mbappe getting all that money and him not even being happy about Neymar and Messi, you don't add Ronaldo to that mix and think it works. I don't think none of them will be happy about that either. Like, I could understand if they could get it done, why PSG would be involved. But again, I think a lot of pushback from them.
And
players.
plus, it's a league it's a league he could probably play in.
Yeah, but that's too much. Ronaldo, Neymar, Mbappe, and Messi.
Yeah, but look at the old Real Madrid team, man. Beckham, Figo, Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham. It was Carlos. It was insane. This is Galacticos Part 2. You know what I mean?
I don't know where he goes. He should have went to Saudi they offered him like £350 million over 2 seasons.
But remember, his ego won't allow him to go and play in Saudi.
He should have just gone.
He thinks he's still, prime Ronaldo.
Yeah, well, the only argument that I will make is he's not what he was or what he is. But when man talk about this drop off and this, that, and
no, but there is a drop off.
There is a little bit, but
it's
we're
not
one
as
season
severe as you probably think it is.
We're one season removed. He done that last year in a bad United team.
But would you say that last year's team was kind of built around him to where it favors his?
No, I wouldn't even say it was built around him. The team was performing better before he got there, so it definitely weren't built around him. We added him and Varane.
How come he was able to
get them goals?
Flourish in that system then?
Well, we flourished. We didn't even make Champions League. You talk about flourish. We didn't make Champions League. We didn't win anything. He got goals.
Individually, he flourished, right? You said he was a top scorer.
He was playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's because he's not playing.
I know.
That's why then. He's not started any games. So you can make the argument that he's played 6 goals in 6 games in Europa and only scored 1. But I'm saying, I know he's a professional, but I'm saying I don't think he wants to be there.
No, he doesn't want to be there.
Exactly. So his head's not in the game. That's why he's only scored 1. Yeah. He's not playing to his best ability.
When you didn't qualify for the Champions League, that was it for him. He waited out from then.
I'm over this.
You know what I mean? But the interview, it comes out, I think there's 2 parts. Tomorrow and Thursday, innit? So once we hear the full thing, we can come back and we can dissect it a bit more.
I think the papers have got it because when I was reading, I didn't get into the stories, but the papers had bare different headlines this morning about things that were said. And
what's making me laugh is because we're getting bare little tidbits, people are making up fake quotes.
Yeah.
Bare them about Sancho going around about him saying, let's go and get a mixed grill G or whatever. or when
the funny one is that he said he came into the training and he was wearing D-squared jeans and Sancho was like, go get yourself some of Mary's, broke boy.
They go, I was embarrassed and disgusted.
Internet stays winning, man. It's always going to be undefeated, man. Ronaldo's a piece of shit. We'll get into it more when the drop drops. You get me? But let's get into our last segment. Done Out Ere. Yeah, we're really going to have to find a system.
Do you know what? Okay, we'll talk about it for tomorrow.
Why? What was the issue?
Because it robs him off his Done Out Ere research.
It doesn't. I did.
Oh, you haven't.
I did suggest you use Word on the Road, but I don't know what you were doing during that time.
He was getting involved in how he loves Glee.
Oh, okay.
And you were questioning him about his love for Glee.
Well, I did.
Oh, as in the order of things doesn't allow you to do what you normally do.
No, because you know usually
read up on your stuff before.
Yeah. So because he's leading and everything, Done Out Ere comes out very quickly. And
me and Esther can do some leading.
Yeah.
Me and Esther can do some leading while you tomorrow.
You do your research. Yeah, actually, switch it up. Keep the people on the toes.
You know what he could do is to just
do it before the show.
Amen.
There's that. But we've had that conversation
Amen.
many times. No, Brendan's only you. Brendan will actually be there to forever keep you humble.
No, obviously that would be the easy option.
Ideal.
You don't understand how hilarious your life is.
But Brendan will always be there to remind you because sometimes we pander to you and we allow you to have your moment. And Brendan's like, not on my
The worst thing is they're doing half the work for you. As it is, they're putting all the things in there.
Yeah, don't put the secrets out. It's only getting worse.
No, that's already been spoke about on there, no?
Yeah,
we have already.
It's encouraging Brent.
It's all right, man. I'm a special case. Trigger warning. There's a lot of death here. This
That's what
might
you
be.
want to go with? Sorry.
Yeah, because I don't know. Sometimes I just want to call that stupidity. I don't know. Sometimes I read things and then they just make me feel a certain way. Sometimes I'm just like, you get me? It's like all these weird stories that we go through. This one's about death. So today's recipient of Done Out Ere will be a young 23-year-old male by the name of Ryan Selby. Now, he was sentenced to over 7 years and given an 8-year driving ban for being on an incident in the road for killing a man. So he hit a man and killed the father of 3. You get me? So he got jailed. But when I was just looking into the details about how it happened, and it reminded me of you said you got flashed doing that at 23 and a 20 or something like that.
24 and a 20.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So sad.
This guy was doing 113 miles per hour in a 40 mile per hour zone.
Lunatic.
Damn.
I'm saying, I could speed with the best of them, I don't even think I touch 113 when I'm on the motorway. Maybe at night time. Like if there's limits to where I get to. If I'm in a real rush, I think I might go 100 or something like that. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? Anything over that just seems excessive.
Yeah.
Let me just do what Iman does. Entertainment, guys.
Okay, yeah.
113 and 40 is that's just ludicrous.
It's just unnecessary, isn't it?
That's suicidal.
That's beyond unnecessary.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Like, that's dangerous.
This ain't Fast and Furious. Like, what are you doing? That's mad.
You need a check.
You know how fast
you
you're
need a
going?
mental check.
And what? The roads must have been clear then because that's... It must have been like... What time of the day was it?
Bro, I don't know what time it was. I was trying to think. Bro, he hit a man,
Crap, man.
At that speed?
Yeah. He didn't even like hit the brakes. Like he didn't even get a chance. He was going so fast.
That man died before he hit him.
Yeah.
Listen, he was going so fast that he just had to like keep it moving, like, if that makes sense. Like he didn't break, he didn't itch, he couldn't stop. He was just cutting through.
Damn, man.
Like, and this is honestly, it's just reckless driving. So like I said, because I thought about you getting in trouble.
Yeah.
For like going 4 miles per hour.
But you know what's so mad though? Yeah, during that speed awareness course, I was made aware of what those little differences in mileage they make.
Yeah.
Right. So you might be thinking, what's the big difference between 20 miles an hour and 21 miles an hour? But in regards to stopping time,
the distance
and impact, it makes a big difference, innit? So the instructor was giving us the breakdown to how the different, and so that's why I said the guy died before he hit him. Because I was made privy to the difference. The difference in impact between 20 miles an hour and 25 is vast.
Yeah.
Right? So imagine being hit at 130 miles an hour. That's crazy.
That's horrid. And
you know how crazy that is?
I just think we need to be better, man. This is so irresponsible. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's not even a fact of like speeding and stuff like that. I'm trying to sit here all high and mighty saying that, man, don't do it. But to be doing 110,
no, you can sit high and mighty on that one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, 113 miles an hour in the 40-mile zone.
In a 40 zone?
You can sit high and mighty. I don't think you've ever done anything like that before, have you?
No. Why on earth would I be doing that? I'd have to be getting chased by the police or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like, not even like a 50 and a 40 or...
Yeah, like...
113.
A 19 and a 17. In a 40?
Yeah. So honestly, yeah, like I said, sometimes I'll be going through the stories. I'm not sure what makes me say what I'm gonna pick, but then sometimes I hear something and I think, oh, like, you know, I really hate unnecessary things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and this level of speed they was going to, yeah, was unnecessary. Like, I don't understand. When you kill someone by way of car, it's not seen as murder or nothing like that. You get what I'm trying to say? That's why he hasn't got a life sentence. He's only got 7 years, yeah. But if you're driving so fast, yeah, like doing over 3 times the speed limit, yeah, and you hit something, you got no care about human life or anybody's well-being.
Yeah.
And if someone dies as a result of your actions, yeah, that might as well be like murder. Like, no?
I'm with you, you know. I think I'm with you, man.
Like, there's accidents and there's accidents. So if you was doing 60 in the 40 and someone died, then it's like, all right, you're 3 times the legal limit, what they're telling you to do for that area.
I think you measure it on the speed you're going in it. Like, you again, like, you're not thinking about other people.
Your disregard for life, public safety, your own safety.
Yeah.
Like,
that's why you should have no, honestly, that's why you should have no life.
He didn't care about a
anything.
soul,
Yeah.
about
Not
nothing
a damn
in the world.
thing.
And he must have been doing that in a rural area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Residential, you know what
It
I mean?
had to be
40,
residential for a man to be, if there were school kids there, for a man to be walking in the road, because if it weren't a dual carriageway, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Was it during the day?
I'm guessing so, because I think I've noticed something about, it says in the area with schools and that. I don't know what time it was. Sorry, people.
It's insane.
Now, he had no regard. This is people that need to be under the jail. Sorry,
The thing
but
is,
you have no regard for
I've been
life.
hit by a car before. I was 13, innit?
Really?
Yeah, so I can kind of empathize with it. I was hit by a car. Luckily, I'm still alive. But I was hit by a car. I was 13 years
It's a
old.
big hit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Did you break anything?
I didn't break anything. I had some injuries. I won't disclose, but I had some injuries.
I would disclose.
I had some
Sorry.
injuries. I was out of school for a bit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I couldn't. I feared I wouldn't be able to walk again
Yes.
properly.
This is serious.
I used to wake up at night time and walk up and down my corridor, hold on to the landing thing and the radiator, just trying to get my.
Oh wow,
We was playing outside my house and we was running across the road. I can't remember what we was running to, but we was running across the road outside the house, and then like something happened, and my brother went to go and run, and then the car just came, boom, licked him by it. Mad. First day of the summer holidays, he went in hospital and he stayed in there the whole holidays. He was blowing, he put a pin through his leg.
No.
He was up, he was down bad. My brother walks with a limp now still because
Really?
because of his leg. You get me?
Like that scar there.
Yeah.
That's from the accident. The one I have in my eyebrow. That everyone thinks I went and got my eyebrow slit.
You did a young.
They even told me. They said you're lucky because
cuts in your eyebrow.
they said
if
I was any lower, you lost.
Yeah,
I lost my eye.
Crap.
Yeah. The bad thing is, I was with my sisters, innit? But I was annoyed with them. So I told them to just go
Don't make me laugh.
ahead.
Please. Serious.
They got home. My mom was like, "Oh, where's your brother? Oh, he's just behind us." Because in their mind, I'm just walking behind them, innit? Maybe a few.
You've been hit.
I was hit. They had no idea. So the next knock on the door was the police.
How did the police know where you live?
And then my mum, they asked me after I gained consciousness.
Oh, was you unconscious?
Big man. I woke up, I looked up, what's these bare people around me. I was like, what the fuck happened? You know, when they say like, you just see a light. So all I remember is walking across the road, then I remember waking up on the floor. But as I got older, I started to remember little things in like, I remember the car was red. I remember like the glance, the look. But literally, I remember waking up thinking, is this happening? It was felt so surreal because imagine you're walking.
Like the last thing you remember is walking.
The next minute you're on the floor, you're bleeding. There's bare adults around you. Don't worry, the ambulance are coming. Da, 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 da. I was in shock. I was like, what the fuck's going on? You know what I mean, it was mad.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, it's dangerous. It could happen to anybody. And if he was going 130 miles per hour, you wouldn't be here now.
Listen, if he was going 130 miles an hour, I'll be dead.
As a door now.
I'll be dead. At 13,
You need
life
to
gone.
add that bit.
I'm just
What do you
saying.
say? As a doornail?
Yes, as a donor. I was thinking there was no. We got what dead meant. We got it. That's sad.
Yeah, no, it is so. Ryan Selby, man. The Out Ere, man. Young, 23. He ain't gonna be able to drive. Shouldn't be able to drive.
You should get a lifetime ban.
Like
you lost your
8
privileges
years.
forever.
That's not enough. You should never be allowed to drive
That is
ever
horrible,
again.
man.
But yeah, he's done Out Ere, man. That's it, man. I just thought I need to highlight his stupidity. You get me? Let's get into these outros, Brent.
Behind the scenes of things they shouldn't be seeing.
Right, what do you do?
Put my face up when you guys were talking about reaction. I was on my phone. You didn't do that.
Yeah.
I was doing research.
Somebody asked if it is that you were still in.
I never knew you to be the kind of man who just does things people ask.
No, I don't.
So why did you do it?
Why did you do that, Brent?
I thought it would be funny.
No, to be fair, it was funny. It was funny. Good verdict after that. Look at you.
Yesterday, they was begging him to put your face on the camera and he didn't do it.
Oh, okay.
When Bolivia called up. Hugo.
No, you did not want to see my face, trust me.
Lobos.
Yeah.
But you did not want to see my face.
Begging that, please.
Sorry for it.
Yeah, but
Okay, fair enough, Brent. Life is all about balance.
Yeah, he done the right thing. He didn't do it because you was over that call before it
Mate,
started.
as soon as I heard, come on, you guys, I said, yeah.
That struggle voice, boy.
I said, I'm out.
That struggle.
That's his soul.
For me, and I've got asthma, so he triggers my asthma. For me, it's like I just woke up. I'm like, why are you waking up, son? Are you up the mountain?
He keeps saying like that we talk about zombie topics.
Me, man.
Because you guys talking about the zombie topics again. He wants us to do conspiracy
I
theories
think
every single day.
he thinks as soon as he steps into the live, he can just call in and just have at
Speak
it.
about anything that's on his mind.
Yeah, no, sir, we work hard.
I think he caught the show once by accident and heard us doing like some conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And
No,
he was
he
like,
said-
"Oh,
he
this
said-
is my
No,
shit."
He said, yeah.
no, he
This
mentioned that he
is
called it
it.
by accident. I think Brent asked him, how did you find the show?
Yeah, he said by
He
accident.
just found it by accident.
Yeah, so now he's looking for conspiracy theories every day.
And the thing is, what is that Brent enabled him? Because the next day he messaged, he was like, okay, I'm here. When should I call in? Brent said in 23 minutes.
That's where should I call him?
He said I was doing the outro.
Oh, wait, that what that meant? Oh, I didn't get what that meant.
So then when he came back the day after that, he was like, oh, what? Let me guess, 23 minutes again. I said, whose man's is this, man? Get him off the... Anyway, he's like, lucky it's not me, man. It's YouTube.
I don't think he likes me.
I wonder why, Brent.
Yeah, since
Lying to the man.
I'm playing his.
Nah, the guy's jokes, man.
Has he joined the community?
He has, but he's not gonna post.
Oh, did he?
Oh,
Him and his dog. What is his dog's name? Stanley or something?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Is
That's
that
the
kind of
name that you
content?
mentioned, and you're like, oh, not Stanley.
Charlie.
And it was
Charlie
Chad.
the one,
It was Charlie.
It was Charlie.
Chad.
I thought it was Chad.
Imagine calling your dog Chad. That's a
Brent.
human name.
I like dogs with human
That's
names.
what white people do.
Chad.
Chad.
They call their dog Emily, and their
here,
daughter's
Chad.
called Emily too. What are you talking about?
Emily.
I think dogs with human names are lit.
If you met someone, their dog, same name as you, how do you feel?
I ain't no bitch. I don't care.
I said, I ain't no bitch.
It's
Like,
their own, innit?
Esther, meet Esther.
What? But that's what people do. That's what white people do. They literally call their dogs the same name, like Jade. What are you talking about? It's a human name.
I'm gonna
In
name my
Nigeria,
dog
boy.
Mugs.
You can name your dog.
Yeah. What are the names in Nigeria? Like
Oh, it's
Blessing,
like
Grace.
bingo.
What for dogs?
Oh, bingo.
Bingo.
Or bones? Bones.
Bingo.
No, there's a hella dogs in Nigeria called bingo.
There's got to be a.
It's got to be a dog name. It's like bingo.
Rufus.
We're not calling them like
Imagine
Femi or
calling
something.
a dog Dammy.
That's wild, man.
That'd be cool. My dog, I might could get a dog.
I'm not gonna lie,
Kwame.
that kind of suits a dog.
Kwame,
Dammy.
Kwame's is a dog as well, isn't it?
Don't you think?
Dog Kwame. It's
Dammy.
a dog.
Yeah,
Nah,
it sounds
Kwame
playful. Kwame.
Kwame doesn't suit a dog. Dammy does to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, because it's like a nickname.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hola.
Man. Hola.
I do.
Yeah, I think you should give.
Imagine.
I think I'm advocating giving pets human names though.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not.
better than nicknames. Man calling his dog Rambo and all that. It's like,
I like that, man.
man.
My when growing up, my great grandma's dog was called Terror.
See,
That's a sick name.
Yeah.
I hate
Terror.
it.
that's a nickname.
That's
My brother's called Terror.
That's a bad boy name.
Yeah, my brother's called Terror. He's a bad boy.
No, not Terror.
Oh, what?
Terror.
As in TERRA.
All right. I never had to write it down.
Oh, what, like Terror?
I think you meant
Terror.
like Terror Squad.
No. I don't think so. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, but either way, it sounds like Terror.
I think
I
you
think
got it
it might be
wrong.
Terror.
I think it was Terror this
It
whole
might
time.
be Terror.
It
I
might
don't.
be.
I didn't like
terrorist.
animals, so I didn't pay attention.
Yeah,
to
like
it.
terrorist.
Yeah.
You terrorize me. That's lived up to the name, boy. Yeah, I'm not for pets. I can't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
same.
date a guy who's got pets.
I'm not a pet person at all. Get animals away from me.
I would lock up a relationship over a pet.
I'd get a dog, but I need a garden.
I'm surprised you don't have a dog now.
What, in my yard? Dog in my house?
You just seem like a dog person.
I thought you were too clean for that.
No, dog in my house.
I can imagine you like kissing it and stuff.
Ew.
No, you couldn't.
How can you tell someone about their imagination? I know you couldn't.
You couldn't. You're just trying shit. No, you couldn't.
When Mark's clock
Where's it,
starts, Yusuf is just trying to throw him out. He's like, I don't get
Don't be silly. Nah, I couldn't. Oh my gosh, nah. People that actually kiss their dogs
In the mouth.
Yeah, that's
and they kiss humans with that mouth. And then you know what people say? A dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth. Your mouth, maybe.
Yeah.
Where did they get that from?
I don't know where they got that from.
That
Because
saying
I don't
that
be out
dog's mouth
here
is cleaner.
licking.
I think it's the amount of germs on the tongue or something like that.
Yeah, but dogs literally
But dogs be
lick
licking
us.
the floor and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they'll be literally licking the floor.
Yeah, but probably we've got like natural bacteria and thing, and I don't know the mindset
fine.
behind it, but
I like all
guessing
that natural bacteria. I'm just not gonna have it. I like all. Give me all of it. I'm not having the
Oh,
dog's
sorry.
bacteria.
Randomly,
I like all that.
randomly, I saw Sadiq Khan yesterday.
So random.
Well, like you met him or you just saw him?
No, he was like I was here. He was there on the DLR.
Is it?
Why do you shouldn't go on TDA?
It was him, two white women, and what looked like his security because he stood off him.
Oh, okay.
Big
yeah.
diesel guy. At first, he wasn't.
Was ready.
He was blocking my way to the DLR. I'm thinking, who's this guy,
Move,
man?
man.
Move. So I looked at him and I thought, oh, that's Sadiq Khan. And the two black guys were kind of excited. There's some other two black guys who were in the carriage.
Yeah.
In carriage were excited too. And then when he got off, they saw him and they ran with their phones. They ran around to get. And then I've never seen so much blatant filming in my life. They were like,
Ew.
they just ran off.
Ew.
Is he still the mayor?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
It is.
Why don't you ask him why I going for congestion and that?
I don't want to bother the man, and I don't care. But yeah, it's random, man.
That's so random.
Yeah, it was just there. I got
That
the
is
DLR.
very random.
It was just standing right there.
Nah, man. If any of you don't meet politicians, man, you don't got to corral them up and talk about policies, man. That's what you got to do. It's their worst nightmare. You got to stop them, trap them, call them wherever they are, and speak about policies.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, when I stepped on the DLR, these two black boys were talking to him, and I believe I caught the end of the conversation. What it seemed like they were saying was that they mixed him up with Rishi Sunak. And he said something to the degree of, I think like, oh no, I'm better looking, or oh, he's good looking too, or something like that. And that's why I thought there's definitely like oh, Rishi. Oh no.
You see, this is why I can't be a politician. I would have been like,
Sadiq.
I would have been not all Asians look alike, man.
Yeah, it was definitely giving me that vibe when I called the end of the conversation.
I would have been on Daily Mail the next day.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah. Oh,
I'm too petty for that.
that's it, Rishi, you know.
Yikes.
He must have died inside.
Yeah. You short as well.
You're short. A lot of people are
They're both
shorter
short.
in real
Rishi's
life.
short.
Yeah, Rishi's
Rishi's
one
like
shots me every
5'5".
time. I can't believe that.
He was with two white women. They were taller than him.
Yikes.
These two blonde women.
These man
So
got-
that's just like, you should have got Penny in there, man. But I bet you Penny's tall.
she seems like she's
It's like she seems like stern.
yeah. She seems like she's got it. She's pissed when you see her sitting in the black. She because she's not involved. I don't think she's part of the cabinet or nothing. When you see her sitting on, in the PM questions,
It's
you see her
irritating
sitting
to be
down
there.
Yeah, she looks
I
like
should
she's
be the one
upset.
standing there.
Or at
Penny
least
gives me
even
big
like
dick energy, man.
closer. Remember, Corella's. Anytime the prime minister's talking, Corella's there. You know, like there on his side, like there. She's there, and I'm guessing it must go in ranking order to wherever your
so
job
Penny's
is.
all the way at the
and-
back.
Yeah, Penny's quay. No, I think she's still on the front, but she's just further down.
Yeah,
Like, she ain't-
not enough to notice.
Yeah, you can't see her. Like, if you didn't know who Penny was, you wouldn't know who she was.
Nah, I like Penny, man. Penny, Penny gives me big dick energy, and I like that in her. I like that in a woman. Sick.
Anyway, we digress, man. This was us supposed to be saying goodbye.
Yeah.
See you later, people, man.
See ya.
Ciao.